Hello and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision for April 28th for Fandom Access. Tonight we have, whoops, I picked the wrong thing open here. Tonight we have Daredevil, then Monarch, then For All Mankind. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision, and join our Discord, which I'm going to put the link in the chat to get our schedule, as well as go to different watch parties and find out all that good stuff. If you missed our From interview earlier with Samantha Brown, who plays Acosta, make sure you guys check that out on our live tab, as well as the one with Nathan Simmons, who plays Elgin, is there as well, and all of our other interviews on the video tab. And yeah, lots of From content there. But for now, we have Daredevil. So hype the video if you can. Also, one of the interview videos, anyway, either Samantha or Nathan. Thank you. Go ahead, guys. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood. Don't mind me. So, did you like this episode a bit better than the last one? I sure did.
I did. Yeah, I think this episode was a bit overstuffed, but not necessarily in a bad way, right? And there's some things that I didn't like about it because no episode, it's rarely is an episode perfect. But this feels now like a show that like there's only 2 episodes left, right? And it feels like we're moving towards a
endgame, yeah,
a denouement here, right? So yeah, I liked it. I don't like some of these people and what they do, but that's the show, right? I'm supposed to not like that.
That's true. So what about you, AJ?
I liked it. There's one thing that is worrisome. I'm not sure. I mean, with only 2 episodes left, we still have to finish up with Fisk, and I don't know if what this other thing that I see coming is going to be something quick and short-lived, which I feel doesn't do it a service, or if it's a setup for a villain, not the villain, but a villain of season 3.
I think that.
And I'll be less vague when we get further into the episode.
Okay. I think that last week the 3 of us kind of agreed that we would be satisfied to see the Fisk storyline wrapped up this season and not take up a 3rd entire season.
No,
right?
It'll be done.
2 episodes doesn't feel like maybe enough, but I'd be satisfied. I'd be happy for it to be done.
I think 2 is plenty to finish up with Fisk because he's already started his downward spiral. The minute Vanessa died.
Yeah.
He already killed one of the doctors that I said was going to die.
Yeah.
I agree. I like Fisk, but at the same time, I'm kind of over it. It's been a long time. I'd like to see other villains. But I definitely think this episode was better because it wasn't so slow. Like we complained, the last one was kind of
and
slow.
It had Jessica.
Yes, and it had Jessica, that too. The last one was pretty slow. This one, comparatively, I think was pretty good.
That's an interesting response. I think a lot of the fandom thought this episode was excellent because Jessica was in it, or Jessica was a highlight for many people. For me, I didn't watch her show, the previous Daredevil, so I didn't really care about her that much. And she came in, I like how they did it. She came in, she made her appearance, she did her thing, and now she appears to have moved out of the story to allow it to progress to its ending where it needs to go, right? So it was, for me, someone who doesn't really, it was the right amount of Jessica Jones for me, someone who's inexperienced with her character.
Karen, if you're ever going to go back and watch any of the shows, I recommend that Jessica is the one you watch because
I would agree with that. I think you do. I agree with that. Yes, West of Westeros, when we're done here, if you want to watch the new episode of Daredevil, I will put it on and in Discord for people who want to join us. But yeah, I like that Jessica was in it. I don't know that we've seen the end of her in here. I don't know. My only concern is I feel like they dropped it a little quickly though, because I feel like he was talking to her and there was like this big fight, and then like we didn't even get to see him say anything to her. It was just moved on to the next scene, and then she wasn't there again. I do think that was a little weird because I actually fast forwarded. I'm like, did we not see her again? No, we didn't. They went on to something else, and I completely forgot about it. So it didn't like at the time. I didn't think anything of it, but like now that I'm going back and talking about it, it seems a little abrupt. But yes, I agree. I mean, she doesn't have to be the whole part of the episode. She's not Daredevil. It's about Daredevil. I do kind of hope we see her again though before the end of the season. I think we might, but I don't know. Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, I do think we all understand this is Matt's show, and Matt needs to be the person to eliminate Fisk, take Fisk down, find whatever's going to happen. It needs to be Matt, right? Because it's a show, but it's important for his development, also his character story, right? Not to like, this is not, what is that Avengers movie where like every single character in the entire Marvel universe comes out to fight Thanos? Like that was cool and all, but that's not what we're watching, right?
Yeah, we don't need to see that the whole movie, but yes, that's Endgame for you. That's a good way to describe the end of Endgame. Now that I think about it, right?
That's why on Netflix we had a separate show called The Defenders where all 4 of them came together.
Yeah,
I'd like to wait. All 4 of them. Oh
Daredevil,
wait, yeah.
Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
I forgot about Iron Fist because I haven't seen that yet. Okay, all 4, yeah. Yeah, I think that was cool that they did that. I wouldn't mind that again. I don't think they're going to since they're, doing a Jessica Jones show. But who knows? Who knows? So, all right. Well,
so before we jump into recap, everyone remember to like and subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision and hype either Nathan or Samantha's interview. That's the best one to hype because it can get more traffic. And we always appreciate your hypes. That actually helps small channels out a lot if you do that, if you see it available. So please do that. And doing it for the interviews, it's always great because, maybe it'll help us get more interviews. We can only hope. And we're still trying to get more. So, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
We spoke yesterday also. When we're done, we can talk about hyping it, but I'm now able to hype yesterday's interview. So
I think it takes so many hours until it like finishes propagating or something. I'm starting to wonder because it's alive. Like it might take a little bit.
All right, so let's get moving here with Double D.
All right, so we get a little bit more of Fisk grieving. They did it in a way of the flashback though, so I think it worked, like using it to the advantage of that. He does kill the doctor, which, like you said, AJ, I think we all knew was coming. Like I felt like that guy at the beginning. You do not want to work on his wife, and as you especially do not want to tell him she's going to be just fine, because if it does not go that way, you're kind of screwed. So he squishes him to death, I guess is the best way to describe it.
To be fair, I might have killed the doctor too if after my wife just died, some doctor comes in preaching all this, it's just part of life. And like, I was like, dude, like, do you not know who you're talking to?
It seemed a little over the top. I mean, I'm not really a doctor, and I don't have a lot of experience with doctors offering their condolences, but it seemed a little much, right?
I guess he's the we see all these doctors with bad bedside manners. He was one with a great bedside manner. Too bad he'll never get to use it again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that all doctors are necessarily wouldn't do that if they knew you better. Like if they were maybe like her doctor for years or something, maybe they might have done that. But yeah, doing it to him was a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, do we not remember Jack's bedside manner in Lost? Come on.
Terrible.
I said some doctors. I didn't say all doctors.
I mean, like to be fair, I think this doctor is terrified of, as he should be, of Fisk, and there was pretty much no way to say the right thing. Probably he shouldn't even come in that room.
Yeah, he should have just gone home, told his family they were going on vacation.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to make sure that was pinned. Yeah, he was a goner. Even Buck there knew it. So then we get the funeral, and see that everybody is in attendance. Look, it was a nice funeral. I mean, I don't know that we necessarily needed to see the funeral, but I think that they like it was filmed really pretty the way they did it, but I don't know that it was really necessary, but um yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say really about that scene other than, they spent so long on her death and which like I said before, I liked her, so it's fine, but they did spend an awful lot of time
I
on
mean,
that.
I think it was instructive, the interview. I think I think it is there for us to see that the way, it was almost operatic, the way he lays Vanessa to rest, says goodbye to Vanessa, and the people who showed up for it, and the way it's staged. I mean, I think it's just it was very on brand for Kingpin.
That's true, and it was very ostentatious too, which is expected.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have them dealing with Bullseye, who is still out of commission, and that Angela's aunt is there taking care of him. I feel like I think I'm getting things mixed up because we did this, like I did this last week on the other show, and it's so disjointed to me sometimes. So Mr. Charles finds out that his weapons have been taken. Fisk was really pissed, so he took all the weapons back and had the task force take them, because he calls and he's like, so we all suffer now? Like, what the hell, man? This was not the agreement. Which I thought was kind of funny. I still question that was smart, though, because as much as maybe this Mr. Charles is a smaller fish in a big pond, I think this could piss off the wrong people. I mean, we talked about whatever her name is, Desfontaine or whatever before. So yeah, I don't know that him stealing him from the government was a great idea, but it's Fisk. He does what he wants. So
it's funny that you characterize it as stealing from the government. I know what you mean, but stealing from
a government agent, I should have said.
Technically speaking, she's not wrong.
No,
yeah,
it's just this like shadowy underground, like evil, not very suspicious
government agent,
agency that is like, is it the CIA or is it something else?
Yeah, we don't know. Either way,
we'll just call it Black Ops.
I mean, what it is an adversary that probably has power equal to Kingpin's or exceeding it, right? Like he's the king in New York, but he's
he has way too much confidence in how much power he has.
Yeah,
and maybe is going a little overboard. I think it was funny though. I enjoyed the scenes with Matthew Lillard and him being like really pissed off. It was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
great shot. Look at that puppy dog.
I was just gonna say that was a great shot of both of them. They both look so sad.
Yeah, they're both sad. I think if I remember rightly, a lot of this is about their fight with whether or not to kill Bullseye, because she is mad at Matt because he is continually saving him and says that he picks him above the people he loves, which I don't know that that's exactly accurate, but I understand why she's upset. But I can see both points of view.
I think so that's a conversation that happens back and forth across multiple scenes in this episode, right? Yeah. I the first time I watched this, I felt like Karen is really she's a little annoying. She's so angry, right? And she's like losing control. And as I sat on it more, I thought, okay, this is the key to the whole show, right? Like Karen is falling on the side of retribution, of vengeance. Like she can no longer are you going to get in line with Matt's worldview and Matt's philosophy, which is like, we don't get to kill, we don't get to make that choice. And the whole foggy thing we saw last week with like choosing mercy, choosing, and she's choosing retribution. And like, how is that going to end? Either she comes around to Matt's point of view or she dies, I think, are the two options for that character this season.
Well, I mean, this goes back and forth, not just here, but so many different things. you know, Matt's perspective is what separates us from the bad guys is the bad guys will kill you. We don't. We show mercy. We respect the law. We take the bad guys and we put them in jail. The problem becomes, and this is where Karen's at, bad guys get out of jail and more people die. So you showed them mercy. You feel like every life is valid and you saved his life. But, this is just an example in general. But, you saved this one life, but 3 other people died because you saved his life. So it's like, at what point is, showing mercy too much?
Yeah. I mean, I think, is it Thomas Jefferson who said, I'm looking it up. Is it, I don't know if it's Thomas Jefferson. It's one of our founding fathers said, like, better that 1,000 guilty men go free than one innocent man should, like, be hanged or whatever, right? Like, I don't have that quote exactly right.
Yeah.
And that is the foundation of, like, our justice system in the United States, right? Like, innocent until proven guilty. And yes, bad guys go free. But we just, I mean, what we saw last week, showing mercy on a criminal to go free so that he won't be killed is very different than what's happening with Kingpin, right? I get Karen's, like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, I don't know that if she doesn't come around, she has to die, but I definitely think they'll break up if she doesn't come around to his way of thinking, because I don't think he'll stay with her if that's the case. I think he can't accept it that she feels that way.
Well, like, is she a lawyer also, or just like a paralegal?
She was like their assistant and sort of.
Yeah, I mean, she's a reporter.
Yeah.
She's a reporter, like a court reporter, or like a journalist?
Like a journalist. But she started working for them as like an assistant.
I shouldn't say just a paralegal. That is a great profession in its own right. But she's not an officer of the court like Matt is, I guess. But I think there's this idea of showing mercy, but also part of Matt's philosophy. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. I didn't see the first show, but his philosophy also is like, we don't get to choose. We don't get to personally choose. That's what the system is for. We don't get to take a life.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot about the legal system and that because of their job and everything. So yeah, that would be.
And she's so fixated on also like Foggy and what Poindexter did to Foggy. Like, it's a very personal retribution for her. I don't really hear her saying like, Kingpin's ruined 1 million lives, so we should kill him. I hear her saying like, Poindexter killed Foggy, he's got to die, right? It's so personal for her.
She does say she wants to kill Kingpin, I think, at one point.
She also chastised Matt for going after him in the first place, saying, why didn't you let him kill Fisk?
Yeah.
She would have been fine with Bullseye killing Fisk.
He makes a point.
And just to give Karen some other insight into Karen, in the original show, she was kidnapped by Kingpin's right-hand man, who you see in the flashback, the guy with the smarmy looking guy with the glasses.
That guy Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. It was Fisk's best friend, and Karen killed him because they kidnapped her, and she got the drop on him and shot and killed him.
Yeah, and that's what she's talking about when she is talking about having killed somebody.
So this is part of that cycle. Sorry, Jamie. This is, I guess, part of that cycle of like, the show's really about like the effects of violence, right? And so the effect of that violence on Karen being a victim of violence and then having to commit violence to protect herself, right? This is what, and having like all this violence has brought Karen to this point.
Yes. I was just going to add, and I don't know if it was from this or one of the subsequent scenes, but she makes a point of saying that Matt was going to kill Fisk before when he almost killed him and that she pulled him back or something to that effect. I forget exactly what she says, but she does bring that up. And I think it's shown how much Matt's changed more than anything, and that this is who he is now. I mean, he's Daredevil. So yeah. Let's see, get more of the funeral. We already talked about that. Okay, so then we get who we find out later is Jessica Jones' house, because we see her daughter here who grabs, I don't know, is it like a gas grenade or is it like an actual grenade? Because I kind of question it's that easy to turn off a grenade. I've never seen
it was
It's like a tear gas bomb, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not
It wasn't.
regular.
It wasn't like a grenade that you pull a pin.
Okay, that's what I wondered. I'm like, I've never seen a grenade where they can just go whoop, and it's okay.
She's like, that's not a toy.
I
No,
believe
it's
tear gas counts for going off. Yeah, I mean that could hurt. So is that child's name Danielle, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is she named? Is she Luke Cage's child, or is she named after Danny?
Yes, she
is.
is.
Danny's child.
She is Luke's child.
I was going to say, did you want to know the answer?
But she's
to that
named after
the answer.
So here's the fun thing. In this
do we
scene,
know?
All right. So hold on. In the original show, her and Luke had an on again, off again type fling going. They never actually were together in either of their shows because they hadn't gotten to that point yet in the show. I keep forgetting that it's been 7 years.
Well, yeah.
So when I saw the daughter, I'm like, that can't be. I'm like, why would they have Danny in this? And then all of a sudden, it hit me. I'm like, oh, it's been 7 years. It makes perfect sense that they're together now. And yes, they named as Kimberly says, they named her after Danny Rand, who is Iron Fist.
Okay. But technically, we don't know they're together, though. They could have been because she made that comment.
Well, yes. I mean,
yeah. I just wondered.
They were together.
I don't know.
He makes the comment later in the episode when she's talking to Matt that Mr. Charles contacted all of them, and she told Charles to stick it up his ass, but not everybody she knows that are like them said no, which means Luke and Danny, that's why they're not here right now. They're off doing something for Mr. Charles, which kind of makes me wonder if I really hope they're going to. So in the comics, Luke and Danny they form this business called Heroes for Hire, and I've been hoping that that's what the direction with those two they were going in. So I'm wondering if this is kind of maybe something they're going to do that they might visit in season 3.
Before I have one more off-topic comment, and then I will stop. Do we know if any of these guys were blipped in the blip, or does the Defenders part not acknowledge that part of the Marvel story?
No, it absolutely does. They made comments to the New York fight with the Avengers. They make comments about things that have happened, like in New York.
But none of them were blipped.
We don't. You know what? We don't know that.
Okay, all right. That's my question. They've
never established if any of them blooped.
Yeah, since the blip was undone, it doesn't really matter.
It
matters, but I'm saying it doesn't matter to the story now because whatever happened, unhappened.
I feel like I'm trying to think based on what we've seen. I don't think Daredevil or Fisk were in the blip.
Okay.
The rest of them, I don't know. That hasn't been established.
What do you mean it didn't unhappen? Like half the world that disappeared came back.
Yeah, but they came back. They didn't.
But they still lost those 5 years.
Lost 5 years.
Oh, that's true. I forgot that. Okay, you're right.
They didn't make it like it never happened. They just got them back. And
no, you're right. But I guess what I'm saying is they're not still gone.
Spider-Man, all the freshmen have to be freshmen, and all their friends are graduated now.
Yeah.
But either way, they're all back was kind of what I was getting at. But I forgot. You're right. They did lose the time. I was thinking they came back and it reversed time or something. I forgot that it didn't because we had a lot with that.
All right, moving on.
At any rate, this is the moment that all of you guys have been waiting for, to see Kristen Ritter and Jessica Jones show up in this series.
Yes. But I was surprised that they had her show up like this with her daughter. But then again, I don't read the comics, so I did not know that she had a daughter. But yeah, once her daughter appeared, it's been everywhere that it's Luke's daughter. So it was kind of like you could not see that unless you read nothing. So it was a given, but it didn't really bother me. All right. So we have, what's her name? Soledad, Angela's aunt, who is trying to help Bullseye. And yeah, like I said, the two of them are, disagreeing about Fisk, about about Bullseye. And that's why I said, like you said, Karen, if she doesn't agree that she'll end up dead, I don't know she'll necessarily end up dead, but I don't think Matt will want to hang around her anymore if she doesn't come around to his way of thinking.
That's my prediction, that one of the consequences of all this violence might be her death. Like
I'm just going to be pissed.
I'm predicting that as a possible outcome for her.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if out of the 3 people that you like in the original show, they kill 2 of them, that will really turn me off to the show. I think if they kill her too, because it was bad enough they killed Foggy. I see what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, story-wise, I would think because of what happened to Foggy, I couldn't see them doing it to her too, but I don't read the comics. I could be completely wrong.
You don't see a show killing a woman to further a male character's storyline?
That's fair. I don't see them doing it again with them, though, because he just lost Foggy. At least I hope not. I could be wrong.
Just lose Foggy, but yeah.
Well, no, but yeah, that's true. It hasn't just been, but the beginning of the season. Or the other season.
Of last season.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that was this season. That was last season. All right. So we have Angela, who is now going to be, hey, Scarlett, welcome. So she is White Tiger now, I guess, essentially.
Tiger Bee.
Tiger Bee, yeah.
Tiger Bee.
Or what was the other one? White Kitten or whatever. She's going out to is going to deliver the video of
the SD card. The SD card, right?
The SD card of these people's interviews, right?
Yes.
No, did she did that last
Did she do that last week?
She did that last week.
Last week. Okay, well, what's she doing then? I'm getting the 2 episodes.
She wants to be in the gang, and
yeah,
she wants to drive.
She's definitely helping out. I was thinking she was taking stuff to BB, not BB. Too many B's. I was thinking she was still taking stuff to BB, but she wants to help, and Matt's letting her do it. We kind of had that conversation about it last week. That he's not like trying to stop her, where Karen is kind of like holding back a little bit, thinking maybe she isn't ready, but that Daredevil did start out young, and so it makes sense.
Well, and Tiger Beat herself makes a good point that they're already looking for her. She's already wanted by the task force.
Yeah.
Although she does also have a better ability to move through the city than these 2 who are like public enemy number 1.
Yeah.
And 2.
Yes. See, this is where I remember earlier, I was confused when I was doing these, and I had already figured it out. Like, I wanted to know if she knew who Matt was, because I couldn't remember. And the reason why it's so confusing is, like, he has the mask on one second and then he doesn't the next thing. And it's like, I think she had left the room, but when you look at the pictures, it's hard to remember that. And that's why I was like, I don't think she does know.
He takes it off when he's only with Karen, and he puts it back on when other people come in the room.
Yeah, obviously Bullseye knows, clearly. Because and Jessica. But that's it. But yeah, we kind of already talked about it. She wants revenge on Fisk and Bullseye. He does not. And they fight over it. All right. So then we go to what I guess was the wake here for Vanessa. And we have Sheila and the governor, Lily Taylor. I still never remember her name. Marge, I think. Marge.
Yeah.
The governor, who is now... Look, before she was against Fisk, but she was like, I can handle Fisk when Vanessa's reeling him in. But now that she's not there, I don't know. This is a good thing. And I think at one point she makes a comment to Sheila about she should maybe be mayor. And she says something like she doesn't want to deal with the campaign. And she says you won't have to. So I don't know whether she's intending to do something nefarious to get her in, or if she just means that she'll, pay for her campaign, everything. It's not super clear, but obviously they have to get Fisk out before that will work anyway. So that remains to be seen. But
I thought this was a little surprising after they've given Sheila essentially nothing to do for the entire season, but look scared in the background of scenes, to suddenly the governor wants to put her front and center. I don't think.
I don't know, but she better not let Fisk get wind of it, or she's gonna end up dead.
I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know that Kingpin.
I don't think she will. I just mean if he finds out she's trying to usurp him, I don't think he's going to be happy about it.
Yeah, but I don't know that his MO is to just kill anybody else who wants to run for mayor. He more is like a Trumpian thing. Like I will win by a landslide. Everybody loves me. I think is more what he would do. But anyway, I just don't think it's established that Sheila has any ambition. I don't see any reason why the governor would suggest that Sheila would be the likely candidate. I get and I think it's because they've just kind of not had Sheila do anything this entire season. She's another female character who was more really in the mix last season and then was sidelined this year, much like Vanessa.
You know what I question some of the problem is with this season, and it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. They have been trying to put in so many other characters, like they brought in Swordsman, they brought in Bullseye, now they have in Jessica Jones. Like, I appreciate it and I like it, but I think it's been at the detriment to other characters that maybe they overdid it a bit instead of focusing on the people they should have focused on. I hadn't really thought about it till you started saying that, but they sort of sidelined them to fit them in, I think.
And to your point, I guess we can only have so much City Hall storyline, and this season belongs to Daniel.
True.
We're not watching The West Wing with all these people walking around City Hall.
Yep. Nope. All right. So that guy's talking about wanting to take over for the.
He is the actual lieutenant governor right now. This guy the guy
he's the one who should be taking over for Lily Taylor if she goes out of office.
If she were to
step down,
or be killed, he would be elevated. I think under New York law. I think.
Yeah. No, I don't know, Scarlett. I like the cameos. I'm just saying I wonder if that's why they've kind of sidelined the women this season, if I'm honest. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah. I mean, look, they don't have time for everything. They only have 8 episodes. They gotta cut something to fit something else in, right? Mm-hmm. But that being said, I did like Swordsman. I'm glad Jessica's in. I mean, I'm glad they're in, but maybe it kind of hurt other things. All right. So then we get BB, who is talking to Daniel and wants to spend time with him on his birthday. And he is acting like she's spying on him, but she's like, no, it's your birthday. Hello. I just, have it in my calendar. And he is going to cancel with her because of everything going on, but Buck talks him into going with her and says to use, I don't remember at this point what it was called.
A barium meal.
Okay. Because barium glows, and he basically means feed her false information, and if that false information comes out, then she's the mole, because Daniel's been saying she's not the mole, and he's saying we need proof she's not the mole. So yeah, and no, Scarlett, no, not the new one yet. That's not on till after. Well, actually, it's probably been on now, but we're not doing that until after we're done here. So yeah, he tells him to go ahead and go out with her. So she does agree to spend his birthday with BB. He says he's going to his mother's house, and she sort of invites herself along, and he says okay, and that's pretty much what that is. And yeah, I'm getting a little at this point getting a little worried for BB, hoping she didn't do something that could really hurt her, but it ends up in the end she doesn't actually do it, so it works out. All right, so this is where I jumped the gun on this. This is the conversation he has with him when he's yelling at him like, so now we all suffer because he took his guns and he's not happy.
I mean, this is kind of a funny scene because it's like 2 criminals arguing about who stole from whom, right?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Charles is trying to run those guns to foment insurrection in West Africa, right?
Yeah.
To overthrow the government of Guinea-Bissau. Fisk supplied those guns in the first place, right? He basically just took them back.
No, Fisk was transporting them.
All right.
Yeah, he was given to them.
because he has the Freeport, and so Charles was using Fisk's Freeport to move the guns without any scrutiny.
Yes. Scarlett says, will we ever get to figure out the importance of the ring he keeps clanging against everything? I forgot about that, but I kind of wonder if it's just like a prop that he's kind of using to add to his character, because I don't know. Like, we only have 2 episodes left. I would not be surprised if we didn't see Mr. Charles again this season. Do you guys think so? Or do you think we'll see him again? I wouldn't be super surprised if we didn't.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we do.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I think it's more now about whatever Dave Fontaine does, more so than what he's going to do, because he doesn't really have the power to do anything.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him again, but he turns up in the next, like, Defenders, Agenders, Thunderbolts, whatever movie is coming that involves, did I say Agenders? I mean Avengers. But if he shows up whenever in the next, like, round of Marvel writ large, right, in a movie.
Yeah. So it is a signet ring of Hydra. I don't think we got to see it close enough, but if it is, I would have thought that was interesting.
Hydra's gone.
Yeah,
I think it's a nervous tick. It's just a character thing.
Yeah,
I think until Scarlett could be right. Are we going to get some evidence that it's something else? Maybe. Could it be like his secret club ring, Hydra ring?
I don't know.
But
until we do,
for now, I think it's a nervous
much
tick.
attention to it.
Yep.
I would be good with the Hydra story, but probably not going to happen, unfortunately.
No.
Hydra's gone.
All right. So they are going to the monument I got a question, because I missed something. Like, this is what building is this? Because I meant to ask that last time and I forgot. What building is it? Do you know?
I don't know. What's happening?
I don't remember.
Is it City Hall?
I think it's City Hall.
Okay, so it's because I guess she's the mayor's wife. I just wondered why this building they were doing the memorial on was
she's the mayor's wife, yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. But there's also people protesting while this is going on. I again read that as fuck fist. I cannot read when I read it fast from the corner of my eye.
Where it says Fisk must go?
Yes, I thought it's in fuck fist. Yeah. So they are now starting to openly, or more so starting to openly protest Fisk because of the people disappearing. And they candles and bottled blood. That would be funny.
During the protesting scenes, I was reading trying to read a bunch of the signs, because I really wanted to see if they snuck in a no king sign.
I think we had, I could, didn't we, Karen, do you remember?
If they did, I didn't see it.
I think they did. I think we discussed that in the
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was. I vaguely remember saying it or seeing it. Yeah. Okay.
Scarlett in the chat says they did.
Okay, I thought so. I could not remember for sure. This is how bad my memory is. Like, I watched it a week ago and I'm like, God, it's been so long since I've seen this episode. I sure feel like it's been. Anyway, so Matt is, I don't know if he was specifically waiting there for her, but Jessica, this is where we see Jessica come up onto the rooftop to talk to him. And this is where she says that you already commented on, AJ, about Mr. Charles. Well, she says government agent. I don't think she actually says his name, but that called.
I thought she said Mr. Charles.
Did she? I thought she said government agent. So anyway, called the people that are like her, meaning with powers, to get them to do what they want, I guess.
To work for him. He's recruiting mercenaries, basically, to do his bidding.
I remember. But anyway, she said no, but this is where she says not everybody did. So it's implying that Luke and or Daniel did. Probably Luke, just as a guess, the way the scene goes, because seems like it's a big.
She makes the comment, and then Matt's like, like.
So the question is, did they agree just to kind of suss out what's happening, or
we don't know what? No, we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
Yeah. That's to me, that's really interesting that they would, unless there was more of a reason to it. Because
I thought it was a throwaway line just to explain why we're not going to see anybody else this season.
Yes.
Well, that too. But I think it probably leads into her series. I'm guessing whatever
is she getting series.
Yes, it's already been confirmed. Or it could lead into Daredevil season 3, whichever comes first. I think Daredevil season 3 might be first.
I think she said it to be like, attention viewers, do not expect to see Luke Cage next week.
All right, fair. Could be. I was just putting up Scarlet plus the Statue of Liberty crown on the signs.
The powers that be said that it would be explained in show why Danny and Luke weren't there. So there you go.
There's the explanation.
Yeah, so not a huge explanation, but oh
my god, that's very Ant-Man.
I somewhere here had this. I thought I did. Maybe that was it. But he had like this big smarmy smile. I was like, what? When I'm looking at these.
Karen, I don't think you remember what Ant-Man looks like.
I mean, he doesn't look like the Ant-Man, Scott Rudd. He looks like an Ant-Man. He looks like he looks like an insect to me.
He looks like a bug man. You know what? Every time now, though, I keep thinking of that Ant-Man and what the hell's his name?
Wasp?
No, the Chris Pratt's character. Their helmets.
Star-Lord.
I keep thinking that their helmets look the same, and it also reminds me of the helmet. They must all be somewhat similar. It also reminds me of the helmet that I'm like, I hate when I just
okay, whatever. It'll come to you.
From Shield, that he uses when he time travels. Kind of looks like that. Anyway,
never seen it. Don't know.
No, I know. Okay, so anyway, he hears the watch tisking. God.
Ticking.
The watch ticking. There we go. That he had hid there before at the beginning of the season, so he could find the gun.
Nobody found that watch yet.
Yeah,
that might be the least believable part of the whole show. That no one has found that watch.
Because Hal opened it earlier opened a case, maybe not that case, but he opened one of the cases. But anyway, they're standing there. He knows where it's at. So she says something like, "Do you want to go cause some
trouble?"
Yeah. So that is what they're after. I have way too many pictures here. Sorry, I had been.
They're going in to eliminate this cache of guns, so they can't be used for evil, bad things. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So great fight scene, right?
Good fight scene. I mean, this show usually does fight scenes pretty well. And this was a good one.
I like she grabs the door there. I think it does a good job of showing too, like what she can do kind of, but we find out that her powers are a little on the fritz since she's had the baby.
Now, I have a big problem with that. A pet peeve of mine and of B's, our friend B, who I think is not in the chat tonight, which I've already mentioned, is how annoying it is to have like female characters who die to further a man's story. This is not what is happening, but it really bothers me that the only major female superhero powered person, the only female in the Defenders, I think, right? That she's like, her powers now are diminished because she had a baby. The fundamental thing of like one of a thing that
especially
is a thing about being like a thing that women can do, right? Like a natural part of being a woman. Like it bothers me that they used her womanhood, the only major woman character, they've used her womanhood to like diminish her.
Yeah, and I think if she had just had the baby, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad, but it's like years later. But I question, AJ, is it partially because the kid has powers, like that she lost them, like transfer or something? Because that to me would make sense, but I still agree with Karen.
We have no indication that kid has powers, right?
No, I know. I'm asking in the comics. Who knows what they'll do in the show? I just wondered if that was maybe why she lost her powers.
Let's put it this way. Hold on. I'll put up what Scarlett said.
Yeah, pregnancy does not.
Pregnancy depleting power.
This is not good.
Now this is something new to the show. This is new to the show. This is not something that happened in the comics.
Her lady hormones take away her mutant powers.
Like growing a baby inside your body is like a superpower, right?
It is. Take away your powers.
Like, so many women feel, I've never had a baby, but a lot, like it's empowering for a lot of women, probably maybe most women, right? Except for the throwing up part. And like to use that it has like, I mean, is it a metaphor for the way like motherhood fundamentally changes a person and maybe makes you think twice about?
I don't know.
Being a
I don't know
vigilante?
what. I don't know where they're going with it.
Or did men
Maybe
just think of this and but it's a little irritating that like this one, the only woman now is the person whose powers are weakened, and it's because she did a thing that women were born to do.
Yeah, unless maybe they said like that it made it like it was the way that men looked at women as they're having depleted power. Then that would maybe make some sense. But yeah, I agree with you. I
I
think
always put my favorite comment on the screen.
like why not, and I agree with Karen, why not instead, like if they want to have that, why not make it like her powers are on the fritz and they're like stronger and she can't control them as well? That would maybe not be as bad, right?
Yeah, why not make her power like surge and she's learning to control like she's even more powerful and has to control.
That would be cooler. That would make sense.
I don't know why they're,
it might just be there's a lot of male writers idiots. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, and it might just honestly be they need to have her, you know, be able to be knocked out and not be so super powered. But I don't think in this scene, to me, it really mattered whether she was beaten or not, right? Like it didn't add anything, at least yet, unless it's part of the Jessica Jones series storyline. I don't know. But Pal is able to knock her out, or not knock her out, knock her down. And Daredevil, of course, has to come rescue her, which I, for some reason, don't have a picture of. But she's super hearing for 2, yeah. So yeah, that's why I said like it just sort of dropped her after this.
Do.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
it's 2 people. So then we have Heather, who's being very weird. I don't know. What do you guys think about her stealing her jewelry? I mean, I guess it could be because she wants to be close to her. I think she wants to be her or something and twisted and weird. To me, that was just creepy that she's stealing.
All right, here we go.
I have some thoughts. I don't necessarily agree with Jamie. What are your thoughts?
I don't know why she took the earrings. That to me is a whatever. I think it's more about what happens next.
Oh yeah, what happens next is important.
When she's choking. Yeah, the jewelry I couldn't tell you. I think the whole point was just to get her and Buck alone for the next part.
Yeah, but they didn't have to have her steal jewelry to do that. What did you think, Karen? I don't know.
I think she's flirting with danger. Like stealing Vanessa's jewelry out of Kingpin's home, it is like she's flirting with danger. Well, and I think that does she have a, I wrote in the chat as we watched the show, I wrote, does she have a death wish? And like, do I think Kingpin would kill her for that? No. Do I think like stealing Vanessa's like jewelry is I don't think she wants to be her or be like her. I never really saw that connection between them.
No, I didn't either. That's why I was saying.
I think she's engaging in reckless behavior.
All right. So Scarlett's kind of got it here.
That's the next scene.
That's not what. No, I went to click it and she wrote something else.
Oh, the red and white imagery. It's a red and white piece of jewelry. It's ruby and diamond, right?
Yeah. Which Muse is red and white.
Yeah.
Also. So
I don't know. It was just bizarre.
This is the scene that I was talking about when I was being vague at the beginning of the show. And Karen, you said this back when she saw the mask and then hammered the nail. That you wondered if maybe she was going to become the next Muse. I have the way that what they've been doing with her all season and the choking scene with Buck. I think that's exactly what they're doing with her. Because in the comics, there is a Muse too. It's not her, so that's different. But there is a Muse too. In the comics, Muse is actually supernatural. Like after the first Muse was killed in the comics, his essence went to hell, and then it left hell and like found another artist and made that artist a serial killer. This I think they're doing a better job with simply because it's more of an emotional trauma level that they're going with her, which I think is good if they're going to do it. What worries me is this something that they're going to wrap up in 2 episodes, which I think why bother doing the storyline? On the flip side, are we going to have another Muse B storyline in season 3?
Mm. That
But it's not. She's not going to be the main villain in season 3.
yeah.
That would be a really shitty season.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, though. They might just bring it in for 2 episodes if they're doing it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I have a reaction to that, but Jamie, you want to advance through the scene a little bit?
Yeah. This was the other part of the scene that was incredibly weird and creepy, is that he wants to know, like, she tells him that, about how Muse attacked her and that she's dealing with this trauma, and he tells her to choke him like Muse choked her. And this scene, I know, Karen, you heard me talk about it, I think, when we did the live stream, but AJ didn't. This scene is just so weird and so creepy because it's not really sexual, or at least it isn't only sexual. So I'm not even sure. It's just so weird. I just, it to me played so bizarre the way they did it. Like it was going to be, and then it wasn't. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
It was creepy and weird. Scarlett had a comment here. It isn't the best therapy. Like, I don't know if Buck is trying to help her or if he has another thing that he's trying to. Is he trying to
voice that and he wants her to? I don't know.
Or is he trying to bring out this violence in her and like compromise her? Someone mentioned that she almost killed him. I think he was never in danger. You can see how her hand is. She's basically only using her thumbs to choke him, which is not a way that she's shorter, he's taller. Like the whole thing is not ever really a point that Buck was in any danger. But it was, I don't know anyone who says they liked it. Everyone I know felt disturbed by having to watch this.
I think that was the point. I think it's supposed to be a disturbing scene.
Yeah.
And not.
I thought they were going to make out. I really did. And I don't know if that's better or worse. Probably worse.
I have no interest in this storyline at all. Partly because
making out when you're choking someone views the sequel. I'm sorry, she made me laugh. Go ahead.
I mean, the height thing doesn't work well. Yeah, Scarlett, this is why when people strangle you on TV, they throw you on the ground, they sit on top of you, they get some leverage and use their weight to strangle you, right? Yeah. I just think that this is such a slow burn with Heather. She's not a super popular. I'm sure there are people who like her, but she's not like I'm not invested. I'm not worried about her. I don't care about her. I'm not invested in her. What's going on?
Sorry, I was laughing at Scarlett.
Yes, it would have been better if they did make out. At least we would have understood what was going on. To me, I'm not. Look, you guys all know that I'm not that interested in serial killer storylines. And so I'm not particularly invested in having a serial killer come back.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not, I see where it's going, but I'm not thrilled about it.
I felt like this has been taking so long and now it's wasting my time as we were getting to the climax of the season.
Yeah.
I wish Kingpin would just catch her with the ring she stole and kill her and then she'll be gone.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, unfortunately.
And then Matt can feel bad that his girlfriend was traumatized, and he'll feel guilty that she's dead somehow because Matt takes the weight of the world on his shoulders.
True.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Either way, it is weird. It was not enjoyable, and it was. But you're right. Maybe it was supposed to be disturbing, and they wanted us not to like it. I mean, who knows? It'll waste your time in season 3. Probably will, Scarlett. It probably will. All right. So then we go to them getting on the ferry. So he has Daniel has agreed to take BB to see his mother. And as I said the other night, I will say again, he just looks so weird to me not wearing a suit because all we ever see him is in a suit. And all I kept thinking is he looks so bizarre because he's not in a suit, which is dumb, but I don't know.
I don't think he wore a suit a lot last season before he got the job, right? He was like an intern. He got promoted to director of communications and began wearing the suit, but the hoodie is very unusual. Yes. But
I don't know. I don't remember what he wore before that. I thought he always wore a suit, but you could be right. And I just didn't pay enough attention. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So they agree to go. He agrees to take her to his mother's. That's what that whole scene is about. Not a whole lot to say.
Yes. Oh, yes. Scarlett, that green coat is fire. I love that coat every time she wears it.
Yeah.
Looks so good on her.
It does. Okay. So then we have Powell there and the other guy that I don't remember his name at the task force as they are stealing the weapons. And he makes a point of giving this guy here his swipe card back that he had used in order to let Matt in the jail thing before the prison. And I think we knew, like, at that point,
it's a new one, right?
Sorry, what?
It's a replacement card. It's a new card for the card.
Sorry, a replacement card, whatever. But my point is when he does that, it's telling us that he knows he's the one that did it. Although I question, like, why didn't the guy say, "Oh, I didn't need one," or it wasn't me, or something? But I think he already knew, and it didn't really matter. But
I assume that this man has reported his swipe card stolen, and now his boss Powell is giving him the replacement.
Yes, but it's to tell us that he knows he's guilty.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I didn't know that he knew he was guilty until he said it in the scene that followed.
Oh, I figured that. Did you not think that AJ automatically figured that?
I felt that way.
Because it was Chekhov's swipe card?
Yeah, it was like saying he's going to be doing something soon to him is the way I looked at it. But yeah, either way.
Well, good for you guys. I was not observant.
All right. So, see, Scarlett agrees with me now. So
all right, I just missed it.
No, I know. I'm just teasing.
She did. Yeah.
Okay, so we get more of Bullseye, and Karen is wanting to take matters into her own hand since she agrees or disagrees with Matt. And I was surprised she went that far because I don't feel like she was so much wrestling with it as she might have actually done it if Matt hadn't come in.
Yeah, I didn't feel that way either, that she would have pulled the trigger if he didn't show up.
Well, I didn't think she would because I like TV show wise, I didn't think she would. But like I felt like as a character, she was at the point that she would have been willing to. Not that I actually thought it would happen, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think she's still struggling with it. I think the reason she has this conversation, why shouldn't I do it? I should do it. And he's like, yeah, do it. It's like, I mean, if she wanted to do it, she could have just done it with Matt, right?
Exactly.
But she wasn't doing it. I think she's still talking to herself about it in this scene.
I agree.
All right, fair enough. But I think that she still disagrees with Matt is the point.
I
but
mean,
Matt
it's very different killing somebody in cold blood versus how she killed Wesley, which was in self-defense.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it that way. But anyway, it doesn't matter because Matt comes in and uses his nunchuck thing to swipe it away from her, and then proceeds to like berate her for this. And this is, I think, where they have that conversation where she says she stopped him from killing Fisk before. And she says, you're putting, this guy above people who love you. And yeah, we had this conversation earlier, but that's what this is about.
But what does that mean? You're putting this guy above people who love you. That means her? Does that mean you're putting this guy above me? Who are the people?
I definitely think it means her. And
the people who love him, I can count on one finger and it's her, right?
Yeah, true. But I feel like I understand she kind of the way she feels, but I also kind of am like thinking she's too much wanting to change who Matt is because Matt is this is who Matt is. He's Daredevil. He is not going to kill somebody, and you have to get on board with that. You can't. And it's not that he doesn't love you. Of course he loves you, but he's not going to let you kill somebody, and he's not going to kill somebody for you. But this is where she says, let me do it. Let me take that burden is basically what she says to him. And he's like, no, this is not what we do.
I mean, I feel like that's a good rule in a relationship, right? Like, I'm not going to kill someone. That's good. For you, like, that's a basic thing, right?
Yes. Scarlett's right. That's Matt's or her point. He's letting people go free to kill more people, including people he might care about. Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty much what I said. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah. And they do both have valid arguments.
Although, I mean, Karen says that, but Karen, I don't think that Karen's desire, she wants to kill Bullseye as a preventative measure. She wants to kill him for retribution.
No. Yeah, it's
right?
Where's Frank Castle when you need him?
Well, I mean, Karen really is moving towards the Punisher. Karen's attitude is his name is the Punisher. Karen wants to punish. Like, she's definitely more on the Frank end of the spectrum right now than on the Matt end of the spectrum, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. All right, there's Daredevil. Like, oh no. Or I don't know why. Sometimes I see this and I think like I want to do, those things they do like caption this just because
Caption this, yeah.
it's like so like. Hmm? All right.
Started.
Yeah. Here is more of Pal and that guy, and yeah, I just figured that it was coming to the guy's end and it was leading up to it, but
I mean, that guy was a goner weeks ago. The minute he said, "I want to help you."
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, so here's the stuff with Daniel. I guess that's Daniel's sister. I don't think that's Daniel. I just noticed that picture in the background.
It's Daniel. Oh, you mean that girl in the back?
I mean, hey, it could be Daniel. I don't know. I don't know Daniel, but I don't think it's
mom. Whatever. Let's move on.
Anyway, she's looking at his stuff.
So this was a bit of a violation, like sneaking around someone's house and creeping into their. I understand that it's a sign that she's feeling closer to Daniel, but it was a little intrusive, right?
Yeah, I thought that
he's a journalist. That's part of the job, being sneaky.
Yeah, I feel though, I don't know. I got the opinion like she's seen this stuff before, as like because she's been his childhood friend, right? Or am I wrong with that?
No, they were friends. They were friends before they both went to City Hall, but this is the first time she's met his mother. This is the first time she's been to the house.
That's true. I guess probably not. I don't know why, because I got the feeling as she did this, like she's maybe seen this stuff before anyway. Yeah. And that's a good point, Scarlett. I don't know why they had a bunch of lottery tickets there. I noticed that too. Lottery tickets and candy. I guess his mother gets.
I think it's just a thing ladies have on their sideboard.
Yeah.
Not every item on a set.
No, I know. It just was funny.
All right, let's come on.
Okay, so his mother is selling what I assume are vitamins that she's trying to get her to buy. And then we had the fish oil conversation, which I'll skip in light of you guys instead of giving a long one before. So anyway, she likes his mother. And because Daniel's kind of embarrassed by her, but she's like, no, he's great. She's great. She really takes to her. But then when she goes in his, I don't remember when she's in the bathroom or his bedroom, but anyway, she starts texting whoever it is that's her contact to tell them what he said. But she thinks better of it and actually erases it, which in this instance, I think was a good choice for her to make. But I think she's starting to fall for him. Maybe she seems to like him more. She even wants to kiss him. I think that she is like double thinking. I don't want to say rethinking. Yeah, maybe rethinking, maybe going against him and because it would break his heart, I guess. I don't know. It's just, she's thinking that maybe she shouldn't do it this time because he did tell her, you can't. I mean, he said you cannot repeat this. And I think that there was a big part of him that obviously didn't want her to repeat it because he doesn't want Buck to find out, although Buck doesn't actually know what he told her. But he wants her to pass the test,
I mean, AJ, why do you think she thought better of it and didn't send it?
I don't know. It was very, I feel like it might have been empathy for Daniel. It was because she's gonna send it, and then she kind of gets that little peek in his room, and I feel like that's what made her change her mind.
Let me ask you guys though, because I remember we had a discussion about this. Some people in the chat thought differently. Do you think Daniel purposely told her something that was really unbelievable? Because I feel like even if Fisk really did say that, he's grieving, he's probably going to change his mind anyway. It's not really a huge important piece of news, in my opinion. I don't know that he did it for that reason, but I was just.
That is huge. No, that's huge news.
It's huge news. The guy has put New York under almost law crackdown. And for him not to run could be a huge reversal in the whole situation in New York.
I guess I'm saying even if he did say that, I think he would backtrack. I don't think that it would be an end all thing. It would be him being like, "Oh, I'm grieving, so I'm not going to run," and then turn around.
That when his wife, as he's burying his wife, he says, "No, I'm not going to run again." That could easily be attributed. I mean, Fisk would know he didn't say it, but it could easily be backtracked and be like,
That's
oh,
what I'm saying.
he's
Like,
feeling
that's
bitter and changed his mind. And he, I think it's a huge piece of news. I think
I don't think it's news that would stick, even if it was real.
All right, you're missing the point of it.
Anyway, I do think so. BB and Daniel were friends before any of this began, right? Like they were friends before he joined City Hall. Any of this happened. She already liked him as a friend. He has been making an effort to woo her, cooking her dinner, learning how to cook, all this stuff, right? He's really going out of his way. I think it's working. I think she's starting to like him. And I think I don't think she's in love with him, but I think that, she gets that peek in his room and she feels like this is a big betrayal. He asked me not to tell. So
my point is, you don't think he told her something that she wouldn't believe?
No.
Was what my question was.
It's absolutely believable.
It is. Right. I mean, I think it's a kind of a dumb test because, as we discussed in the chat, if Fisk really said that, any number of people could have reported this, and it didn't have to come from BB, right? Like any number of people could have reported this. But I mean, this kind of rumor happens all the time. Like you get rumors today that the governor of my state is not running, and then the next week I get a report that right. Like it's kind of weak in the rumor mill scale.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. But
anyway, I think she likes him, and I think she thought better of like betraying him at least this one time on this one day on his birthday.
Right, I agree with you. All right, so then we have the protest / will become a riot. And we also have the governor being visited by Mr. Charles, who is now coming to complain. Now, he definitely makes it seem like to me that they put her in office, that they did something to get her into office, because she says something like, I'm the governor, but I don't know, the comment he made me think that like, he's kind of like, well, we put you there, we can take you out. I don't know. That was the impression I got from it. Did you feel like that or no?
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely some underlying.
I don't know. We have previously learned that she has never made a misstep. She's never done anything wrong. She's like unimpeachable. She's almost a perfect governor, politically like unbeatable, right? She's never taken a step wrong. Maybe they have learned some dirt on her that could stop her career. I don't know that maybe they put her into office, but he may have some dirt on her.
Wow. All right. So then we have BB here, and this is where she almost kisses him. And then he, at the last second, is like, basically says, I forget exactly what he says. He basically says he knows she's been doing stuff, right? Remind me what he said.
Yeah. And my question is, why does she still have the fucking flash, the memory card in her pocket? That was like 3 days.
Right. Memory card. Yeah. I mean, I also feel like that's not a reason, because the thing is, we were discussing how like anybody could have handed her that as like a journalist, and he doesn't even know what's on it. Number one, but number two, like she didn't do it. Like she didn't do anything with it yet, right? So technically, that
yes, really she did. She already. It's a continuity problem. We already saw her give it to White Tiger. White Tiger gave it to Bodega Boy, and it's going.
Wait, no. You have that backwards. Bodega Boy gave it to her.
Right.
Karen.
Okay, all right. So, I'm sorry.
Videos haven't come out yet. Was the point I was making?
I misspoke. Where I think this is a problem is that we are in about 5 minutes. We're going to see this video projected onto the side of City Hall, right? So, like, how is it back in her pocket if she gave it to someone to use at the protest?
Well, they had more than one copy.
Yeah. I guess.
I also agree with you, Karen. I do agree with that.
Do you guys ever use this a like SD card? It's like the size of the tip of my thumb, and I don't carry them loose in my winter coat pocket.
Well, yeah. But that's kind of part of my point is why is it still there?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that Karen and White Tiger end up doing the whole side of the building thing is because Karen thinks that BB might be dead because she hasn't used it yet. So they take it upon themselves to do what they did.
All right.
Either
Daniel accuses her of giving out information and does not. I was surprised he didn't kiss her first, though, if I'm honest.
He has absolutely been leaking information. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, he accuses her of it. He knows it. So yeah.
I mean, what's important is he says, "I can't protect you anymore," and she says, "From who?"
Buck, and
And
then
he
Buck.
says, "From Buck," right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I still think Daniel's going to protect her though, regardless of what he said. I do think he will.
I think Daniel could die. I think Daniel
I agree with that too.
Might die to protect her, or in protecting her, he will die, and that's his redemption arc. Like that, he protects her, gives his life.
Karen always thinks everybody's going to die.
I do.
Just kill off the whole cast, right?
Moving on.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of that scene. There's a Buck calls. Okay. Okay, that says Major Kingpin. Somewhere here we had the thing, I think, that said that. Okay, so he's watching this and is not happy with it. And this is where I think he calls Powell. I love that shot though. But either way, he gives the go-ahead, if I remember rightly, for them to cause problems, because after this happens, which is that this is where they, like we talked about, they're projecting the images, the videos of the people's, not confessions, telling what Fisk did.
It's like testimony, kind of. They're testifying as to what they went through.
Yeah, since they can't testify in a court, they're going to show the public. And yeah, that pisses Fisk off, and he kind of gives him the go-ahead to cause havoc. And he sits and stares at the, whatever it is, rabbit in snowstorm.
Yep.
And he's got evil thoughts. He's not happy, that's for sure. And then Daredevil shows up while this is all going on. They keep going back and forth as normal. And while they're at the protest, this is where, in order to start that havoc, that chaos, Powell kills that guy and blames it on the crowd, so that they have even though they didn't have to do anything legally before, they have the right to attack the crowd. And even the other cop is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, I think he said something like the vigilantes did it or something, but he didn't even care. Like, he thinks, I think, that he just killed one of their people to cause this, not that the other guy did something against them. Obviously, that other cop didn't know that.
Cole has no idea what Powell's knowledge is.
Yeah.
All right. So then during all this, Daredevil is fighting Fisk, and basically has a conversation with him of, neither of us can stop. We say that it's for the city. It's really not, that we're more about vengeance. I mean, he's kind of saying we're more about getting revenge on each other, and that this will never end. What can I do to make you leave? And he's like, well, he wants him to leave too. And Daredevil says, if you leave, I'll leave. We'll both leave New York, which is not going to happen that nicely. So they fight some more because Fisk is still pissed, and it's a great fight. There's him
destroyed the painting.
Destroyed the painting, yeah, which was great. And then meanwhile, Angela, her friend, the bodega guy kid, gets knocked out, potentially killed, and Karen goes over to check on him and drops her wig when she does, which was like, really, you should have been more careful. And there's the end of the fight. Daredevil finally walks away because Fisk does say, you can't, what's he say? You can't arrest me. You cannot kill me. You will not. Like, he's saying, I know you're not going to kill me. You won't do it. And he's kind of egging him on to do it, like Bullseye did to Karen. But, Matt won't fall for that shit, and he leaves. And then while that's going down, this is where Karen's wig falls off, and Powell sees her and holds her at gunpoint. And that's where it ends. So what do you guys think about those two scenes? They're both simultaneous. So. And yes, the rip in the painting does look like a dove. We just discussed that last time. It really does.
I loved the fight scene between Matt and Fisk.
I did too.
Been waiting for that.
It was a good scene. Do you think, because we saw a big fight scene now, so close to the finale, that the season, like, this is it? I don't think we're going to get another big Kingpin versus Daredevil fight in the season finale.
I could not say. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't, but I could see an even bigger fight, a larger scale.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Like
right now,
in like in public, I could see like a public fight between these two.
that'd be fun. I could see that.
Yeah.
But the point is,
Um,
Matt walks away. That's the whole point of the scene.
and I really did enjoy the protest scene too. That was all done really well. And yes, Scarlett, I agree. I definitely got some V for Vendetta vibes from that protest scene.
I mean, so I think the set piece for either next week or the season finale is Daredevil's rescue of Karen from Task Force custody.
Probably.
Or
Karen kicks his ass. That would be good too.
Or what?
Or Karen kicks his ass. That would be good too. I don't see that happening, but it would be good.
No, she's not super. Or she gets killed.
Or Jessica saves her ass.
Yes.
Yeah, I personally don't think
Jessica.
Matt might be busy with other things.
Yeah, but even White Tiger could turn around and save her.
I'd rather see Baby Tiger or like Karen manage to get herself out rather than being rescued by a character who's not a character, right? Like, right? I just think to allow Jessica to be the one who rescues Karen steals either Daredevil's or Karen's thunder.
Yeah.
Karen doesn't have any thunder because she's going to be tied up.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically, Daredevil could even hear this going on and could come get her. I mean, he's not that far. Fisk was looking out the window at this protest, right?
Yeah.
So he's not that far from it.
I mean, probably Kingpin might lock her down in those cells where Blind Spot was kept for a long time. And I don't know.
Blind Spot wasn't in the cells, was he?
Vanessa held him captive for a long time.
No, he was in prison, and then he did what she wanted, right? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. There are cells down there, and she could be kept in them.
There.
Scarlett's asking, where do you think Kingpin will be at the end of the season? I'm hoping he'll be dead or eliminated from the story because I'm over him a little bit.
Same.
I think he will be one way or the other. I think he will be vanquished. That might not mean dead. That might be taken out of play for a while.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's great. Vincent D'Onofrio is great. I've seen enough of it and I want something different.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Monarch.
I'm getting the pictures.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Go for it, Karen.
I hated this episode. This is maybe the worst episode of the entire show. And I'm not sure if I hate who I hate more, Isabel or Kentaro. I have a problem with that entire storyline. I think these characters have lost part of what I liked about them and their family dynamic. And I'm like, what is going on with this show? We are just like having too much, there's just too much. And this whole Apex thing with like, let's capture Titan. Like, what is Isabel doing? Like, I feel like she's Dr. Evil and she just shows up and dumps all this exposition about her evil plans. And like, they're wasting Amber Midthunder and not giving her much to work with.
My turn.
Go.
I don't have a problem with Isabel. That's, her character is the mystery team. We've got Apex, we've got Monarch, and now we have Isabel's mystery team. I'm okay with that. Contero, however, is fucking ridiculous. I don't know what they're doing with that character, but I'm about to get flogged hard, especially if Doc's in the chat still. But the problem with the show is I feel like they listen too much to the fandom and we have too many monsters. The show was a nice companion to the monster universe. I've said it numerous times, especially in season 1, that I actually cared about the characters. Them investigating the monsters and leading up to it and figuring this out and that out. You don't have to have the monsters in. It's called Monarch. It's not called Monsters. You want to see the monsters? We've got the movies for that. I feel like they are spending so much time on the monsters now that they have completely lost sight of what made season 1 great.
I just want to interject. Whoa, why am I echoing?
Oh, all right.
Doc's
gonna bring it against us. This will be a good chat.
All I was going to say is I'm just going to point out, AJ, it's actually called Monarch Legacy Monsters, so technically it does have monsters in the title, just saying.
But you know what I meant.
I know what you meant. Just pointing it out.
Jamie, did you like the episode?
No, I mean, in the sense of what you're saying, no, because Kentaro was so damn annoying. I mean, I didn't hate everything else, but the whole storyline with Isabel and Kentaro and Kate, I could have done without. That I didn't love. So,
Kentaro's, yeah.
Let's get rolling, and we'll bitch as we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to get for the record, I didn't hate everything, just Kentaro.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. And just to answer you, West of Westeros, we have 2 more shows to review yet before we have the watch party. But we have this and For All Mankind, but I'll add everyone in Discord when we're ready.
Yes, but we rarely discuss For All Mankind for more than 15 minutes.
Okay, so we have probably about an hour left, maybe a little less, I guess. 45 minutes, hour, somewhere around there. Yes. Okay, go ahead. All right, so they are trying to figure out what the hell's going on, kind of, in this scene, right? Because they do not know who. Now, all I'm thinking of her as Amber and Thunder instead of her character's name, Isabel, because they do not realize that it's her that's the one doing this. They're trying to figure out if it's like Apex or whatever going on. But that Godzilla is on the way to Titan X, except Godzilla doesn't kill him like Lee had actually. Godzilla
I loved this. I loved that they were like, Godzilla got Titan X back to where she's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great because I was complaining last week, like, can't she say, "Hey, I'm just trying to get my egg," instead of fighting with Godzilla. So Godzilla was never trying to kill Titan X. Just say, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Go back to where you belong."
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty cool. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I did too. Although I don't think Lee's super happy with it, but
Well, no, because Lee's plan didn't work.
Yeah, I know. All right, so then we have Kentaro, or the other name that I will probably not on live call him.
Whiny Kylo Ren.
Yeah, we'll call him Whiny Kylo Ren. That works.
You mean Kentaro?
Yes, I was refraining from saying
not very nice.
That's not very nice. So yeah, they picked up Kate too, right? So she's with them because they picked her up at the end of the last episode when they stole the egg.
Kate says, "I'm not letting you go anywhere without me." Kate,
okay, that's right.
Kate is going to monitor him now.
Yes. But either way, this is kind of the start of, to be honest, really both of them are doing the same thing in a sense. I mean, Isabel is doing everything she can to win over Kentaro, and Kate is doing everything she can to make Kentaro see that Isabel is not doing what she should be doing, and he will not listen to reason, which is why we hate him in this episode, right? I mean, pretty much.
I mean,
at least that's how I feel.
I mean, he has a lot of it's not just that he won't do what Kate wants him, that he's his personality has like completely changed in the 2 years that Kate was since his father died like 2 episodes ago, right? And he's very I mean, I feel sorry for Ken Watanabe, if I'm saying his name right, who Ren Watanabe is the actor who plays Kentaro, and he has to have like this face on for like the entire right. I give the guy credit for being able to maintain the like depressed whiny bitch face for the entire. I just feel like he's like, I don't want to like, he's grieving, I understand that, but he is really like, to me, coming across as kind of a whiner, and his continued blaming of Kate for Titan X getting out and then accidentally like, killing Hero is, I think, not fair and beginning to wear on my nerves a little bit.
I agree.
This is a fair point what Doc's saying here. Thinks he
like
feels nothing does bad right now will matter since he's going to change the past anyway.
But I don't think he's at that point, at least not in this scene. I don't think he realizes that's what she's after yet.
Well, and
right?
we don't know that till very late.
Kentaro knows that already, because you remember last week or the week before when she says to him, what if your dad doesn't have to die?
Okay,
like we already knew she's playing with some kind of time travel idea here. It's not until the episode that he fills Kate in. Now, I would like to be filled in on what the plan is exactly, because maybe I need to know what line of bullshit Isabel gave him for him to buy this shit hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. I was just going to say, though, it was kind of Kate's fault that Titan X came back, though. But the fact that he blames her, like she did it intentionally, and blames her for their father's death, I don't think.
All these people are trying to open rifts all the time, and anything could happen. And Kate is the one
she's
who has to blame. Like, she didn't intend it, she didn't mean it. She's not to blame. It's an accident, right?
Yes, that is true.
Well, she meant to open the rift. She just didn't mean for the Titan to come out.
And her own, we see her own self-flagellation is also wearing on my nerves. Like, girl, give yourself a break. You didn't mean it, right? Like, their grief is coming through in a non-productive way right now.
Yeah.
I just think, I have a feeling, I feel like I know what, well, we don't, I feel like what Kentaro's thinking is like, he knows his father spent a year in Axis Mundi, right? Like, Hero told him that he spent it. He's like, I went in there in Alaska and I came out in Africa and a year had gone by or whatever, right? Whatever he says. Right. I think Hero's thinking, I think Kentaro's thinking, can I get in there and intercept him at that point and pull him out?
Yeah, because otherwise
that doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying I think that's
I understand what Karen's saying. Like, this has to do with time, but like they can't really rewind time. So there has to be a way he thinks he can save him. He's already dead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Isabel has given him a load of bullshit, and we don't know what that is.
I agree. I think Isabel was making it like this is all this altruistic thing, and she's clearly bullshitting him. But yeah, I think what Karen says makes a lot of sense. Like, there has to be a reason why he believes it, and thinking he was in Axis Mundi and that it exists kind of outside of our time. It does make sense that maybe he figures if they can find an main rift, he can go back there. He's
grasping at straws, and he bought Isabel's line of BS because he's desperate.
But we also find out in this episode, though, that what he thinks that he wants to do, it sounds like, maybe, at least my understanding, that it might be possible because they all come out at the same place, right? All the different time periods or whatever.
Yeah. Doc says, I think he's only willing to do this because he lost his dad. Agreed. If he goes back and saves his dad, it would probably create a timeline where he wouldn't consider working with Isabel. That's where I diverge. If you're talking about creating a new timeline, I'm out. If you're talking about like altering like
the timeline they already have,
the existing timeline, then yeah.
Okay. Fair.
So
for me, that's just my personal opinion.
I think the other thing is I think some people look at time travel different. Like, you don't want to see an alternate timeline, but some people, when they look at time travel, like, that's how they see it. And it's not necessarily that they're saying a multiverse, just like it's altering what was going to happen. So I kind of see what he's saying, but I get you don't like multiverse stuff. I also
kind of like Fringe season 4.
Yes, but I'm just saying, I think,
which I love. That was done well. Yeah. So I thought these scenes looked really shitty. I thought the CGI of these boats riding around in the water looked very shitty on my television. Obviously, water.
You need a new television.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. They didn't look shitty to me, but
maybe you need a new television, and my television showed the flaws better because it's better.
Now we're arguing over our TVs. Great.
I thought it was really obvious that these were just like boats, and that it was not. To me, it looked very fake. I know water's hard to do. Water's one of the harder things to do for CGI.
Wouldn't it be funny if you found out that they actually filmed boats in water?
Yeah, I assumed they did. I honestly wasn't looking close enough at the water to know. I not that it might have been bad. I just wasn't looking at that. I was looking at them at the
All right.
scene and not really thinking about it. Okay, anyway, so they are going to try to save Kate. I watched it on a larger cell phone and it looked great. Well, yes, if you watch it on a cell phone, it's always going to look great. So yeah, they're going to get Kate and Kentaro. They do not know at this point, I think, still whether they are working with her or not. They're kind of trying to figure out what's going on still. I think
Actually, that's not what they're doing. They're using Billy's map to find a rift, right?
Well, no,
that's
they're
both.
looking. They're going after Kate and Kentaro.
The other two. They have two purposes here on this mission.
And
Lee and
Keiko
Kate
are
looking for the rift.
Yeah.
We have two missions here.
Yes. And she has all of Billy's notes as normal. And we get to see a flashback of them getting married when they ran to the sky. And we're like, will you marry us, even though it's the middle of the night or whatever? And talk them into it. And Billy can't think of vows, but they get married. That's kind of what this whole thing
I
is
love
about.
this scene. I love this scene. For me, this scene really showed why Keiko chose Billy and not Lee. When Keiko, says her vows on the spot, and she says, like, I never thought I'd found someone who could dream as big as I do, and someone who will support all my like craziness or whatever, like and believe in everything that's I'm paraphrasing, but she talks about their shared belief in anything being possible, and like she loved Lee, but he's not that guy. He was protecting them. That was his mission, and he loved her, but he never, I think, like, I really saw here how these two are kindred spirits and why she chose Billy.
I agree.
Yes, I agree too. I don't know there's really much to say about the scene, like, because it is just her
they
vow.
got married.
Yeah, they got married. That's pretty much all we're going to say. But no, I agree with you. It is a really good scene, and I enjoyed it.
It's hugely important because later they find the notes in the probes that are the vows that he can say in this moment.
Yes, no, it's important. I'm saying there's not really anything to say to explain it. I just meant they get married.
They get married. She has vows. He doesn't.
That's all I meant. Is it wasn't a big explanation. Then we have they are in the facility and she's bullshitting some. We've already kind of talked about this. Kate's trying to change his mind. Isabel's getting pissed at Kate because she's trying to change his mind. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Kentaro's getting annoyed at Kate for trying to change his mind.
This is essentially two girls fighting over a boy.
Yes. Doesn't like him that way, thankfully, but since it's her brother. But yeah, you're right. They are kind of fighting over his attention, let's say.
His allegiance, his loyalty, and right? They're fighting over his.
Ambulance is coming for Karen. Yes, and this is where she's starting to explain about the time travel or whatever it is she thinks she's going to do. Because she says, and I don't know if it's in this one or where they come back to it because it goes back and forth. But she says that, like, wouldn't it be great if you were dying and you needed time for a cure so you could hang out in this place for a little bit of time while they come up with a cure and come back and you're better. And it's like, I don't know about you. I mean, I know she's just trying, like, pretending she's being altruistic, probably. But I don't know about you, but, like, if you're, in my opinion, like, if I would think if somebody's dying and they don't have long to live, I'm not sure that, like, fast forwarding through, 20, 30 years of your life is really solving that issue because you're still, like, giving up your life to get that cure. So I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to think about it. But
I think that there are people whose
certain people who would do that. I'm just saying, like, you're basically giving up your life or your youth to get your life. I'm just saying it's interesting.
No, you're not, though.
You're not giving up your youth. You're preserving your youth.
Oh, wait, that's true. You don't come back. You're right. You don't come back old. You come back young. All right. Yes,
I mean,
the world moves on. You do not.
I think perhaps she has not been to Axis Mundi and doesn't understand that every minute you spend there, you could be eaten by all kinds of crazy ass monsters.
Yeah, they're kind of skipping that part.
Yeah,
they're skipping that part. Yeah, and Doc's right. She's like, "Be going with you." She's really trying to get rid of Kate. Is a lot of this is about. All righty, so let's see. Kate's like really, really pushing it there. And then meanwhile, we have the other ones going through the jungle, and there is creatures there that they do not know of. And well, they do know of. They should know better because they're on Skull Island. But
I like right
sorry,
before
go
this, I like when May like totally schools the soldier when she's like, "You haven't been here before. You have no idea why we need a tracker to follow because you get turned upside down, you get running from this, running from that, and then you don't even know where you are."
Yeah.
And then he comes to find out.
I'm kind of hoping that the other guy's going to be stepped on by Kong before this is over. I did think it was kind of, on the one hand, I'm like, God, you spent, you've had this base on Skull. Monarch had a base on Skull Island for a long time. Tim spent 2 years in there, and nobody knew about the vine monster. But to be fair, Tim does say, "Oh, I was here 2 years and I almost never left the base." Right.
Yeah.
But they don't have very good intel on what kind of creatures are out there because the vine monster like gets them right away.
Well, to be fair, every time we visit Skull Island, we find there's a new creature that we experience.
That's
Doc,
true.
Doc, does the vine monster have a name?
Look at that thing. That thing is freaking looks like an well, it is an alien. I'm saying it looks like an alien. It is an alien, Jamie. But they have really good shots of these. Like this one has like I guess that's the same thing, but like its stomach opens kind of because I assume this is the head and this is the stomach.
That's how
I think that's the mouth.
Yeah, this is the head. I said, and this is the mouth. Like the stomach. Yeah, but it to me looks like it has a head and a stomach. It's creepy. Whatever. There's a better picture.
Its eyes don't have to be next to its mouth. It
True.
probably has a name, but Doc only saw the episode last night and dealt with BS all day. Okay, so you haven't had time to either find the name or make one up.
That's okay. Or make one up. Karen's like, I'll make one up. You know what? To be fair, Doc could make one up and we wouldn't know he was making it up. So
there you go.
We would buy it, Doc. All right. So
what's it called? Mid body chompers.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. So May is being grabbed by one of these. And then Tim goes after it. The Vinogorgon. I like that. The Vinogorgon. That's good. That works. We'll call it that. In absence of the correct name. But Tim grabs her and does save her eventually from the Vinogorgon. And then we have these two going into the cave here. And like we said, they're looking for the rift by following Billy's notes. And we have more of them. It keeps going back and forth, which makes it hard when I've taken screen captures. I think is where she's saying about how I don't know. Is she saying yet that they're going to put the thing in to make it aggressive? That might be later.
I think this might be where Kate says they finally get the part where Kate's like, "Oh, you're going to use this as your own personal time machine." That may be this point in the conversation, or they're looking at a tracker. So maybe this is where they are. She's revealing her egg, the egg that she's using the egg to. So I'm a little confused about Isabel's plan here. And why it requires the death of King Kong.
I think so. It's just not in the way for them to use the rift is kind of what I took out of it because it's King Kong's territory, right? So
yeah, but do we have evidence that a Gorgon must it's not required for a Titan to die to open the rift?
No, but I mean, I took it as, and I could be wrong, but I kind of took it as she's saying King Kong isn't going to let us use this rift because he's like protecting this place. So, or not protecting. We've had this conversation before. This is his domain. Like he'll kill us if we try to use the rift. So we need him out of the way. Is how I took it. I don't know that that's correct, but that was how I took it. What do you think, AJ?
So Vinogorgon is cool, but they're vine stranglers.
Okay,
Vine Strangler. Good name also.
I like Vinogorgon better.
Is that your understanding, AJ, that Isabel has lured Titan X here to kill Kong so that the guardian of the rift will be dead and she can open it?
Yes.
This is a very convoluted Dr. Evil style plan.
Yes, it is definitely convoluted. I'll give you that. But
yes, but that's her plan. I mean, she flat out said
that's
everybody's like, "Wait, you're gonna kill Kong?" Like,
why?
And why she thinks Titan X can take out Kong is a whole other story. But
Well, she say something like that, and I don't remember. This is like really from my memory, but I think she says like he'll at least be hurt, and basically they can take him out the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, I guess the fact that they are pumping up
The rage.
Kokoi with fucking steroids
yeah.
for roid rage could be part of why she thinks you can pull it off.
Which I think is actually interesting. I hadn't thought about it till now, but Lee wanted to use Godzilla to kill Titan X. Now they want to use Titan X to kill King Kong. It's like
that's kind of funny.
It is, but I hadn't thought about it till now.
And so this is actually the result of this is May's code that Brenda took and then Jason stole and gave to Isabel, right? When Jason stole the hard drives, this is what it is.
Yes.
And then Jason got swatted.
I was going to say, this is like what the funny thing I was going to say is like that Lee wanted to do this the other way, but this time she actually has a plan though, which he did not have a very good plan. So,
to be fair, not that I agree with Lee's plan, but Lee's plan was to save the world. Her plan is self-serving.
Yes.
Her plan is to make money, right?
I still don't think Lee had a good plan, but yes, it was.
No, I didn't agree with Lee's plan. I'm just saying, at least his reasoning was better.
His goal was at least a good goal, right? Want to save the world.
She just wants a time machine and to make money. Yes. All right. So they send out sound to lure Kong, right? That's what I think this was for. I don't know what it's called. Yes. I saw it in somebody's thing. They called it something. I don't know what it was. But they're gonna lure Kong to the island.
So this is a really good point. Like Doc says, I'm assuming that drugging Kong has been attempted. It didn't work because if they can lure Titan X and drug her to sleep,
not just Kong and drug him,
right, and avoid the whole like.
Kong has been drugged. It just didn't work out too well. I mean, we all know that he got drugged and taken to New York City.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I don't. Well, you know why they didn't try it because they want us to see a giant monster fight in the next episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, but I do agree with you. That does seem a lot easier, Karen. The skull crawler's call is what that's
the sound that they're putting out here.
Kong really needs dental work. I just noticed like that awful bite.
I think that's how a gorilla looks.
No, I know. I could just see it on the monitor, and it looked really weird from.
I think Kong generally though looks good, right? This is a good.
No, he does.
Yeah,
I'm just. All right. So meanwhile, May is okay. She's alive, but they have to finish what they're doing to get Kate. I don't remember when he's yelling at the city at 4. I don't remember that.
Baseball head guy wants to leave. He's like, "This is dangerous. The Vino Gorgon got us. We have to get out of here." And Tim finally asserts his authority. And he's like, "No, this is what we're doing."
Yeah.
He goes, I hate being like this, but come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And then this is where I think she explains to Kentaro part of her plan.
Yes.
They're gonna up his adrenaline, give him, like you said, it's gonna make him pissed off, so he'll kill Kong. And she's like, he kills Kong, it's bonus for us. It's good.
This is where she gives Kentaro a big sales pitch of why she chose him to be the John Glenn of Monster World. And it's funny because she says like, "Oh, I want the son of Hero and the grandson of Bill Randa to be the face of like my product I'm selling," basically, right? And the whole world will accept you, which is kind of funny because Monarch is so secretive, and like I'm pretty sure no one in the world has ever heard of Bill or Hero Randa, right? But she wants to make Kentaro the face of her time travel thing, and
I also find it interesting. She's not risking herself to go in, though, right? She's like, "You're going to go in and take the chance of dying."
I don't know that she's telling him to go in, right? I mean, he does want to save his father, but I think what she wants to use him for is more like sales, right?
No, you're totally right. I'm just saying, I think it's funny that like she isn't taking the risk of going in because, like you said, there's like
she's a huge maniac. She might want to go in. We don't know that.
She hasn't said that. She says you're going in. She doesn't say we're going in. I'm just saying.
She doesn't say you're going in. She says I want you to be my
Either here or there.
Yeah,
Next
you're
slide.
arguing. Okay, the egg. This is where we find out she has. Well, we knew she stole the egg. I shouldn't say we find out. This is where we see the egg that she stole, because they are trying to lure Titan there, X there to do what they want, so they can make it fight Godzilla. But first, they knock it out to give it the drugs. Kong. That's a good picture. That's cool. So yeah.
This is another stupid piece of writing where Kantar says, it's coming, let's go inside and we'll watch from inside. And she says, no, I need to see this. Please stay with me. He just said we can watch it from inside. like it's
not the same.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is to put them in jeopardy and fake us out that we think they might get hurt, which they won't, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I do really feel the poor egg, save the egg. I feel really sorry for the egg and for Titan X.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, of course she's going to be pissed. You took her baby, right? She has a right to be pissed off and want to kill people.
Terrible idea. You know how they always say, like, if you see a bear with cubs, don't go near her? That's what this is, right?
This is a dumb plan, right?
Mm-hmm. So anyway.
I've seen enough kaiju films to know that.
Fair enough.
That's true. I also said the soldier's pretty, but he reminds me a lot of dumb guys I met who think they know everything. It's not right. Yeah, that soldier is not going to be long, I feel like. All right. So, I know what I skipped because I couldn't tell from the picture.
They put her on the chopper and she jumped out.
Yeah, she basically says to Kate, you can stay and work with us or you can go because I don't want you here bitching about it and trying to get him to listen to you. So either stay or go. And she's, tries to get him to leave again. So she's like,
will she stay or will she go?
Yeah. So Kantar is like, take her away. And she goes in this chopper and then jumps out and goes back to the base.
Sorry. Terrible security. Why is the door not locked? But whatever.
It's a helicopter.
It's a helicopter. Doors, Aaron, usually.
What?
Helicopters usually don't have doors.
Have you been in a helicopter? I have, and it had doors and seatbelts.
Yeah, but some of them don't have doors. They do have seatbelts, but they don't all have doors.
They all have doors. You have seen military helicopters where the door is open so they can shoot people.
All right, I don't know. Either way, I've seen it open, and it does not have a door shut. How's that? Anyway, this is where they drug Titan X and think this is going to be a good plan, which we know it's not a good plan. And she's like, so happy this worked. And he's starting to question it a little bit, at least, starting to think for himself. But he's more concerned with he's going to save his father, so he does not do anything about what he thinks. And then meanwhile, we have Lee and Keiko here who see the other soldiers. And I think they say something like they look more like mercenaries than being Apex or something like that.
Well, I thought it was very convenient that these guys are like, oh, we're looking for the rift. This is site number 2. It's not here. There's only one site left, site number 3. And they basically cut to the chase so we don't have to watch these two tramp around the island checking every site.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they don't look like Apex. They don't look like Monarch. They're somebody else.
Yeah. All right, so they're conferring there with the map and still looking. And then we see the flashback to Kazakhstan. So this is after Ben. Is his name Ben?
After Keiko has been missing.
Yes, after Keiko's been missing, and he is. Well, they're both grieving. Him and Lee are both grieving, and Lee is kind of like saying we have to let it go. Like we shouldn't have done what we did. She's dead. We gotta go. And he is refusing to move on. He is still going to look for her. He thinks somehow they can get her back, and he's not wrong. But they don't know that yet. I
think what's key in that conversation is when Lee says, like, go back to your son. This is like when Billy leaves Hero.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Isn't it? That's not when he says it. He says it at some point in this episode. He says, "Go back to your son," right?
Yeah, but this isn't when. It's much later when Billy leaves Hero.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
it's like 72.
This is 59.
He didn't permanently leave him, but he started not being there for him. Let's put it
58.
that way.
I mean, they literally just lost her, so he hasn't even been home yet to tell his son that his mom.
Yeah, but either way, he's not willing to give up. Where Lee is like, "There's no way we're going to get her back," and I guess it kind of shows that. I mean, I don't want to say that Lee doesn't care as much, but like it showed that Billy loved her and was not willing to give up. Again, was it necessarily the smartest move? Maybe not, but I'm just saying it's kind of trying to show that. I think
it's the start of us showing us that Billy is not going to give up on her, no matter what.
Right. There would be the egg.
Which is why Billy got the ring and Lee got the boot.
Exactly.
I mean, not because Lee gave up on her. No.
But it's showing what kind of person he is compared to Lee, I think, in that regard.
Okay, so they've got their CGI face, whatever masks on, right? Their gas masks.
They might actually, be wearing gas masks.
That glass is not practical. That glass is fake. It looks so fake right in that shot. Anyway, they're like, this is a bad idea because Isabel says like, oh, we didn't even know if the anesthetic would work. Let's go over and check it out. And I'm like, oh, so
let's go back and make sure he's dead. Not dead, but that's like one of those.
It could wake up at any moment. They have no idea.
But it's one of those scenes where they're like, the serial killer's dead. Let's go look at him, that you see in movies. And you're like, no, don't do that. Okay, so Kate has gone back into the compound and she's running away and she gets to the old radio that's part of the Monarch building and she's able to use it to send out a message, and the point is May and Tim get it, right?
Yeah.
And here's that guy that's normal again.
Wait till that guy gets killed.
Yeah, and so she tells them that Isabel's the one behind it, and basically that she's not with her. I can't remember if she says Kentaro is or not, but yeah, she's like, this is what's going on. I'm at this old base. And I think this is where Tim says, oh, I know where this base is. Isn't it where he says, I was at this base years ago, whatever.
Yeah, he says he was there for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Good job, Monarch, letting your old base get taken over by Isabel.
Yeah. All right, so she's going through there. Okay, so now they come to this boneyard, where she finds his camera, I believe. Is it his camera?
Yeah.
And she thinks that Billy died there. But they also
there.
Yeah, they have the flashbacks first. Yeah, I know something to do with this has to do with the movie that I don't remember, but yeah.
Jamie, in the opening of like the first episode of Monarch, you saw John Goodman die.
Yes,
right, on that cliff.
Yeah, he was running away from those bug things, which I guess those were. I didn't realize that was that. Yeah.
No, just because Billy dropped his camera here, he did not die here. He's up on that cliff on the waterfront when in that scene. He's dropped his camera here, but I don't think his body's there. But whatever. I don't really know what
those things he was running away from might be.
What do you guys think this boneyard is?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying were those bones. I thought you were saying those bones were the creatures that were chasing him. Is what I thought you were getting.
No. There's some kind of Titan bones. Is all I can say about that. Right? Do we? It's some sort of like. Is it where Titans go to die? Is it like a place that where King Kong throws all of his dead bodies? Like I don't know what that is.
I don't know, but there's something that looks like teeth. Like it could be King. I don't think it is, but it makes me think of King Kong's teeth the way they're. But there's also vertebrae, so that might not even be teeth.
Maybe when King Kong eats other giant animals, he throws the scraps here. That's the skull.
Oh, I was right. He said it's Kong bones. Okay, I was right. I said it looked like his teeth. I had no idea, but I guess I was right. So yeah, okay. So you said Kong bones. Kong's not dead though. Is there more than one Kong?
Didn't you see Son of Kong?
Oh, his parents. No, I didn't see any Kong except for.
You not remember this, Karen, from the movie?
I don't. That
he said he said it's his parents.
No, I can't. A lot of these movies are not good. I saw King Kong. It's from Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
Okay, it's King Kong's parents.
Okay.
Thank you for refreshing my memory. I don't remember that.
Okay. Now we
We
have
get here's a required exposition of where Billy's mindset is right now.
yeah, that Billy refused to give up to the point that like nobody wanted to hear it anymore. And even Suzuki is like, you got to stop. And he's like, nope, using your equipment, whether you like it or not. Yeah, he won't stop. He won't give up.
Hey,
Is the whole
you want to know
point of
something?
this.
You want to know something fun that I know about that scene? You know where that was filmed?
This particular scene, was it filmed in Hawaii?
Yes. Yep. Cool Hollow Ranch.
Yeah, at cool. Really?
Cool. I'm guessing that was a place with Lost was filmed.
Cool
Okay,
Hollow Ranch, where a lot of Jurassic Park was filmed there.
Yes.
A lot of
a lot of stuff gets filmed there.
a lot of stuff gets filmed there. It has gorgeous,
Oh.
like dramatic mountain greenery scenery.
Awesome. Okay, so this is where they start to find these I don't know what you want to call them, container probes. Yeah, probes. They do call them probes. That each have in the letter he wrote her that has like his vowels on it, what he would have said to her. But the point is that they're dated, that they are all from different points in time. He was in the rift, that he never gave up. It shows he didn't give up. But that all these different points of time in the rift all comes out to this one location. So this is where
time, but different locations around the world, right? It's all they're from all over the world.
Yes,
all of his markings on his map. He threw one of these probes in, and they all came out here.
Yes, which is implying that they could use it technically to go back in time because they could. Or not go back in time.
Whoa.
Not go back in time. Pull him out of time, like you were talking about.
No.
It's just saying that Billy's theory that there's a central rift that connects everything. It's basically the Hollow Earth theory, right?
It's saying that this is a place where we can create a rift and stabilize it.
This is like the hub. He says this is our Grand Central Station. It's a connecting hub of all rifts.
I thought you were saying that this is what Kantara was looking for because he thinks he can use it to save his father.
No.
Okay, then I misunderstood that. Yes. So anyway, either way,
Isabel wants to get to Axis Mundi, but she has not expressed. I didn't hear her say like she wants to get to Hollow Earth, or even knows that Hollow Earth is a thing, right?
I don't even know what Hollow Earth is, so I don't know.
The idea that these are all interconnected and that there's there's a system where you can go from, like, how Hiro says he went into one rift and he came out a different rift. This is the central hub of all those spokes.
All right. Now that I thought about it though, isn't Hollow Earth Access Monday and they just renamed it?
No.
Two different things.
Okay.
Hollow Earth is like another level, kind of. You could think of it as being below Axis Mundi, the next level.
I see. Okay. But either way, as I said, it does show that he never gave up on her though, and that he wasn't willing to quit.
I don't know that I would characterize it like that he never gave up.
It was an obsession, but I mean, it's showing that he spent his years when he left looking for her, that like this is what he was doing. That's how I take it.
I guess when you say he never gave up on her, it implies that Lee gave up on her, and I don't.
No, I said that's not. Yeah, I'm not saying Lee should have done it, and I'm not even saying Billy should.
He was obsessed, and it took away from his son, and it ruined Hiro's life and his own life, and led to his death.
Yes,
but he was trying to recruit his mommy.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is I can see her feeling like it meant he never gave up on trying to get her back. Not that it was a good thing necessarily, just like I can see it from her point of view.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't feel that there's much positive about this. Or you could see it as a love story that I
thought that's how she saw it.
I think she might see it as like he never was able to move on and have a happy life without her. He spent every minute of his life trying to reclaim something that was gone. It's kind of sad to me.
Yeah, it is sad. That's how I thought she took it. And there's the vowels. All right. So anyway, we see more flashbacks here. Okay. And then back at the base, like I said, I think Kentaro is finally starting to think maybe this isn't the best plan. Anyway, Doc says, what if Billy somehow got himself thrown up in Axis Mundi? It's believed the big one and other skull crawlers come from a vile vortex in the skull crawler pit. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
So like that he didn't like that, so that he's not
Basically, Billy might not be dead, is what he's
like
saying.
John
He
Goodman.
might have jumped
John
into another
Goodman, elderly Billy is not dead. He might be somewhere in Access Monday.
All right, that's fair. Okay, there is a really good picture of Titan X. That looks awesome.
Poor Kokoi.
Kokoi. And they drug him and knock him out so that they can give him the juice to make him violent.
Well, I think it's implants. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
no, I know. I'm just saying they can give. I'm like meaning like steroids. They can give him the juice. I didn't mean literally. I just meant
no, not like steroids. It's like electric implants. I think.
Right, but it's
inserting the code. It's putting May's code into the bodies, into the neurological system, right?
Right, but either way, it's to up his aggression. And there is Kong. Kong is not happy. And Kate feels their connection, and she goes and touches the egg. And then this is where Kentaro is like, we can use this to save our father. And
no, what he says is, I don't care about any, this is why I don't care about any of the Titans, because we're going to save Dad.
Yeah, that's what he cares about. But do you really think, though, he's kind of like, who cares what happens because we're going to undo it? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right.
It's paralleling what his father did. Like, I don't care what happens. I'm going to go on this quest for the rest of my life to recover this person who's gone. And I don't care, like, what the consequences are.
Maybe I asked that different.
I think he's totally paralleling Billy's journey.
But what I'm saying is I don't think that he necessarily thinks he can, like, rewind time was what I was asking.
Yes, he does.
He does? Okay, that's where I'm confused, like, how that...
How else are you going to save a hero if you can't rewind time?
Because Hero's dead.
Yeah, but if you're pulling him out of the rift, I don't know that's exactly rewinding time.
Well, how are you pulling somebody out of a rift that's not there?
Well, like,
maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I thought that maybe they could open it at those different points. That was what I thought. But okay, maybe I misunderstood. I'm misunderstanding it.
So you can open the rift at various geographic points, right? But I guess you can't open it at points in time and be like, let me go.
That's what I thought she was trying to do. Maybe then I didn't
open the rift in 2005 when Dad was down there and grab him. You could that doesn't really. It's unclear what he thinks is going to happen.
Well, yeah, it's unclear because we haven't heard the whole spiel.
Yeah,
yet.
I guess that's my point. Like, how else can he do it? Like, that was what you said earlier. I was like jumping on that.
I feel like
it's wrong.
I don't know what it is, but I just feel like Isabel has some thought to use Access Monday to go back in time. I don't know what her thought process is, obviously, but that's how I've been taking it.
I don't know.
Do any of you guys expect Kate to like commune with the egg and have like an emotional whatever? And
yes.
I'm kind of expecting that next week Kate is going to be able to sort of like talk Titan X down and like mentally or...
Well, she's going to bring her the egg.
Well, I think she's going to maybe be able to take down that rage and like counteract the code somehow.
Yeah.
Just like she would like in San Soledad, when Titan X was like on the rampage and then was like, "Ooh, Kate," and like totally focused.
Yeah.
Right? There's definitely a connection between them. I think she's going to be able to stop this fight.
Yeah, potentially.
All right. Till next week with that. Now for All Mankind.
Yes. I will jump off for a bit and come join you guys when you are done.
Okay, let me get my little stuff going on here, and I did actually try to pull up a recap, AJ, so we can maybe I can maybe speak a little intelligently. This episode is called Svoboda. Svoboda, which is a Russian word that means freedom or liberty. So it's a good title for the episode, right? Because this really culminates in the protest, right? So let me try to get up my little recap here. So there's 2 or 3 main things. It opens with Apple didn't provide a picture. I went back to get a past photo of Irina. How'd you like her prison story?
I thought that I liked it. I thought it was fun. I gotta say, she looks very different with shorter hair.
Right? Yeah. With like it was basically like a crew cut, right?
Yeah, no, I liked her prison days. Part of me was like, I felt it's funny. On one hand, I kind of felt bad for her. On the other hand, I was like, so how do you like it?
Yeah. It was interesting how it kind of paralleled Margot's story at first, and then it totally didn't. Like,
Yeah.
Like Irina, I mean, she was a KGB director, right? Or sub-director.
Yeah.
She's a KGB person, and you can't ever count her out or she is only in the end in prison for 18 months, and she finds a way to, I mean, it was crazy how like she gets all this information over like the Morse code and basically is able to threaten the guard into setting her free, right? She's one scary person. And later in the episode, Tasha, Lenya's wife, says about her, like, once KGB, always KGB. Don't trust her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And lo and behold, she shows up on Mars, right? I was glad to see her back. She's one of the few past characters who has a compelling part in this season's storyline. Like, they've really, like, the few older characters who are left, like Kelly's off world, and I'm not sure where this Titan storyline is going. Like,
that's for season 6.
I guess so, because one thing that disappoints me a little bit, like, I usually like geopolitics in a show, right?
Yeah.
I find that the focus this season on geopolitics, we are losing the sort of adventure and wonder of previous seasons of trying to get to the moon, trying to get to Mars, we're losing.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a different show than what we started watching.
Like, going to Saturn's moon is almost like a side background story of like, oh yeah, ho hum, let's like fly a year to another planet, right? So that's a little, but Irina, as much as like I've kind of hated her because you're supposed to, I was kind of psyched to see her.
Yeah, it's nice to have another element to thwart.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, the mayor isn't that intimidating, and I'm kind of over the MPKs.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, but the head of them, he's
Palmer?
just annoying.
I think his name is Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer. Yeah, he's just fucking annoying now.
Lenya is a very, it's funny. The Russians have all along been a pretty formidable adversary for our main characters, our American characters, right? And Lenya is just very, I mean, he's just like a regular run-of-the-mill politician. He's not like he doesn't really like represent like a threat the way Irina does, right? Like, like, I'm sorry, it's only a matter of time before the Soviet Union recalls this guy and throws him in prison, right? Like,
yeah,
he's kind of useless. Maybe he needs to. Here's the obligatory shot of him like getting ready to make out with his wife, as they do in every single episode. These two can't keep their hands off each other.
Have you seen her? Come on.
I know, she's pretty hot. She's not, she's a partner to him, but she's not really like she's not like a Lady Macbeth type, right? She's just like a good first lady. She's not. These two are not very interesting. And so it's nice to have Irina back.
Especially with everything else that's coming to a head with automation.
Yeah, I loved some of these scenes with the Russians. I loved when that Soviet guy comes up to the Mars and he shakes Lenya's hand and he says, "I'm so happy to come to your cute little colony."
Yeah.
he's already marginalized, and then like Arena comes up, and now we know who like the head person in charge is going to be.
Oh yeah,
this, right. Although she now works for Kurgan, right? She's no longer with the Soviet government. She's with Kurgan, so she's corporate. She's the counterpoint to Aleda. Who do you think would win in a fight, Aleda or Arena?
Unfortunately, I think Arena.
Yeah. Their confrontation is I mean, Arena gets the upper hand with Aleda seems clearly uncomfortable to be with her.
Aleda kind of gets the last word though when she's like, "How is she?" And she's like, "Oh, you mean how is she doing in prison? Oh, she's peachy," and walks out of the room.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a dumb move. Like, it was a power move, but it was dumb too, because you just left Arena in the middle of your base. Like, that was dumb.
It was a great line, but like, I don't believe Arena is capable of feeling any sympathy for Margot, right? Like, I think Arena just used Margot and like.
Yes, but I do feel like there was Arena definitely had a respect of Margot
for her abilities and her intelligence and her engineering skill, right? But not for her. I think like Arena kind of felt Margot was weak. Margot fell in love with Sergei. She allowed
I do think she had a soft spot for Margot.
I mean, she did say early Margot will be working for us before she even like knows she is, right? Like she tricked Margot, used Margot, and Margot's prison is like a country club compared to Arena's prison.
Now, if only Margot could get her way out of prison and go up to Mars, that could be fun.
I mean, that'd be.
I don't see it happening, but.
Yeah, I mean, at any rate, glad to have her back. I feel like Aleda she's also outclassed by Dev to a certain extent, right? Like,
Dev is an ass. I mean, I'm glad there's not a lot of episodes, so I'm glad we got right to the meat and potatoes of it. We find out right away that Dev was totally on board with this whole automation thing. And I loved his conversation with Alex when Alex called him out. And he's like, "You don't give a shit about the people or anything. Like, all you care about is building your fucking Legoland." You know?
Yeah. But Dev is a little, I don't know. Dev is kind of boring. Like, I mean, Dev is.
Dev's always boring.
He was always boring. I'm not in love with his storyline. It's kind of shocking to me that, like, his CEO and his board of directors have no idea what he's doing, and he's just up there like he's kind of like a version of Ed, like up there out of control, beyond the reach, doing whatever the hell he wants.
But that's always been Dev. I mean, think about it. Because he had his head in the clouds, Karen stole his company from him.
Yeah.
And Aleda has one-upped him many a times because he constantly keeps shit from her.
He does. Were you surprised that Dev? I'm not surprised Alex got caught because it was the dumbest. Like, I mean, it's his first day of work and he's only like 18. So, like, I'm not surprised. Like, of course, if I sit down at your computer and like they can track like which computer the files were downloaded from, and they can track whose pass. He's the only person in the office. His pass was the only.
Well, he hacked it.
He hacked it, but they have to know that they know where he is at all times. You have to use a pass to get through that door. He's
he used his boss's desk. Remember?
Yeah, but they know the boss wasn't in that present at the time. They know that Alex was present in the office at the time.
They don't know that. Dev knows who it was because Dev knows. Dev knew it was Alex.
Oh, so do you think he just guessed by magic? No, I think he knew that Alex was. First of all, Alex.
Dev knew it was Alex because Dev he knew it was Alex because he was pretty it was pretty obvious. Like, I'm not denying the fact that it was pretty dumb and it was.
How was it obvious? How was it obvious to Dev that it was Alex?
Because Alex knows, or because as soon as they knew, because he knew that Alex had been working late on that other project that he gave him.
Exactly. He knew that Alex was in the office. He knew he could place him at the scene of the crime, is how he knew. But Dev is like, I mean, it was kind of shocking to me that Dev was shocked that Alex quit. Like, what's that about? Like, is Dev have so zero self-awareness to not like
yes,
right? Is that why? Like, Dev was like kind of shocked that Alex quit.
yeah, because it's exactly why Alex said too. He's like, you don't, all Dev cares about is what Dev wants. Dev wants to build this little community, not, and Alex even says, he's like, what? So all your friends can come up here? He's like, Alex, like, you don't get it. It's not about you and your 1%ers. It's about the people that build the shit. It's about the little people. He's like, oh, with automation, we can get everything done quicker. But you're taking it away from the people that have given all their blood, sweat, and tears in the first place.
I mean, this is very like the billionaire who doesn't care about the workers, who literally.
Yeah, I mean, Dev is part of the problem.
These people are literally risking their lives every day mining an asteroid, right? In a very hostile environment, and like they are going to be like just out of a job, relegated to unemployment, making life worse for all of them and everyone on Earth, so he can have his little fantasy land of like people living in his Lego spa forever.
Yeah.
So he was shocked that Alex quit. So that means that he wasn't going to fire Alex for hacking files, leaking them to the press, and embarrassing the company and causing the stock price to drop. Like, he wasn't going to fire him. He's going to be like, fine, keep working here. That was so impressive that you could hack that. Like, what the hell is that?
Because not for nothing, that's Dev. Dev might be like, hey, you want to I'll give you another promotion. Hey, can you hack this for me?
Dev is I have a hard time with his character. He's kind of
It's who Dev's always been, though. Dev's the dreamer, and he doesn't think about anything beyond that.
Well, and more importantly, he doesn't care about anything beyond that.
Right.
Right.
That's how Karen was able to take his company, and why Aleda runs it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who he thinks is going to come live in this up here, where everything's automated. Like, who's going to, so you're just going to have robots cooking your food for you? Like, who's going to
the automated part, I mean, all the automated stuff is getting everything built.
And all the mining, right? Yeah. I just don't understand. Why doesn't Aleda just say, like, okay, you lied to me, I'm pulling out of this, I'm the CEO, we're done, and who cares if the stock price drops?
Well, that's not the only problem, though. It's the shareholders. Like, if the board finds out that she knew nothing of, like, it's just the whole thing is gonna fucking crumble.
I guess I feel like, does she care? In these last couple episodes, and particularly in this episode,
because if the stock price drops like that and everything crumbles, she's out of a job too.
I don't know that she cares. Like, I feel that she's a reluctant CEO, and the part she likes is the engineering, and she'd much rather be in that control room talking to the little people on their little computers about like velocities and wavelengths and whatever it is they're talking about all the time, right? And
yes, but without Helios, she can't do that.
Sure. I mean, she can. She could probably go back to NASA. She could probably go to any number of other technology companies that are.
Does NASA even exist?
Yes, it does. It does. NASA exists. There are other companies. I don't believe that she's unemployable. She maybe as
no, I'm not saying that.
But she doesn't want to be a CEO.
Yeah.
She doesn't, I think, want to be she became the CEO almost like despite herself, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's what she wants. Like Kelly run the company. Kelly owns half the company.
Kelly doesn't want to run the company either.
Right. Nobody does. And Dev doesn't want to either. Dev's not really
Kelly
good.
wants to play with her microscopic life forms.
Yeah. All of that was very and I just feel like a lady just keeps saying, "Oh, Dev, please don't do it again. Oh, Dev, if you lie to me again, Dev, there will be consequences." And then he just doesn't care and gets away with it, right? He's very All right, so to the more exciting part of the show, which is the developing protests and the whole and how
And
that
the stuff with Fred.
Oh, and the Boyd storyline. Yeah, that's about Fred. So I thought of you, AJ, because it was last week or 2 weeks ago, like when Boyd was assaulted, you said, "Oh, I think it's her partner. I think it's Fred, right? I think it was Fred who was down there." Like you called that a while ago that Fred was involved.
However, I knew he was involved. I didn't expect him to be the one that killed the guy that started this whole season.
No, I didn't either. Their scene together, I thought was the best scene of the episode. I loved that scene. I thought Morel Enis and I don't know the name offhand of the guy who plays Fred. I thought they both did great work. What did you think of Fred's like explanations and excuses?
Bullshit. I mean, it's all it is. It's just, I didn't mean to kill the guy. Which, I actually believe that he didn't mean to kill the guy when things got out of hand. But, it's just, that's the thing. More people are in on this whole thing than you realize at first, Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you that I think he didn't mean to kill the guy. I do think when your boss says, take him out onto the planet's surface and rough him up a bit, like death is a possible outcome, right?
You know what's funny is knowing now that their boss is the one that gave the order in the first place, why he let Boyd play her little game of investigator and figure out that it wasn't a suicide. Like, why didn't he just say, it's a suicide, that's it? Because what happened. You know what I mean? Of course, maybe that's why they were so, then again, maybe that's why they were so quick to say, oh yeah, Boyd, you're right. And they were so quick to pin it on Lee.
Yeah. And then, like, Fred is a terrible liar. He cannot hold up under interrogation at all. Like, within 2 minutes of, like, Celia saying, why were you there? He confesses the entire thing. He does. I bought that there's a part of him that is genuinely regretful and conflicted. And
yes, I bought that too.
Head, right? Like, although the part where he sort of I don't know if he mansplains it or partner-splains it, where he says, like, oh, no, everything I did, I was trying to help you. And she goes, oh, by hitting me in the head with a pipe?
Yeah.
And then to see the look on her face when she says, I'm going to tell Powell. No, Powell's from the other show. I'm going to tell Palmer. And he's like, fine, tell Palmer. Who do you think told me to do it in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, what a surprise. The system is entirely corrupt. Right?
You know what really surprised me with her was during the protest, that she was actually beating people up.
Yeah. I mean, she's not completely against the system. She is indoctrinated into the system and what they do, right? I mean, she definitely
it's funny too though, because like you could see that she didn't want to be doing it, but she still was doing it.
Yeah. Maybe she was
there was that one scene when she had the one guy, you could clear her saying, please just stop resisting.
Maybe she was beating them lightly.
Yeah.
Not with her full strength.
Just smacking him on the butt with her billy club.
Yeah. Alex and Lily are actually kind of proud of themselves.
I would be too.
I think it's very believable that two young people, like, embracing their ideals and resistance. And I think it's believable. And I think finally they got the next generation characters that I'm interested in and care about.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, a classic trope, but the protest was peaceful until the MPKs showed up. Good job, Mayor.
Yeah.
because had he not sent them down, had he not sent them down there to disband them, nothing happens. It's only after the MPKs show up that anything happens. It would have been fun.
And he appears to have made that decision a little bit impulsively without really discussing with Palmer or any security people, like what it would entail, what to do.
Not for nothing. Palmer's a terrible boss. Like, he should not be leading a police force of any kind. He shouldn't be leading anything.
I mean, he should have got
awful.
He should have got demoted after the last uprising that Ed led, right?
But Palmer's not a leader of any sort, though. He's just he's a yes man. That's what it is.
He got, how have you heard this phrase where people get promoted to the level of their incompetence?
Yes.
Like, he has fallen upwards to the level of his incompetence, and he's not. And he says, we've trained for this, but clearly they haven't really trained for this. Once again, his force is quickly overpowered, and people are shot. Like, there are some complaints online that this was too repetitive of last year's rebellion and protest scenes, and that they're rehashing the storyline. I
feel it's different.
You feel it's different?
Yeah. I mean, well, let me ask you this. What'd you think about Miles losing his shit?
I'm hoping that Miles is finally going to be moved to action. Like, Miles is trying to.
Well, what I'm getting at is Miles, I mean, I get it. He saw Lily get knocked down. He went over and he was beating the crap out of the guy, but he didn't stop. The guy is unconscious at this. He's got to be. He just kept. I mean, there's blood splattering up. You know what I mean? Like,
it was.
It's like Miles just couldn't take it and finally and kind of snapped. I feel
like he's been bottling up his frustration all this time. Because Miles, and granted, he had seen his daughter beaten into unconsciousness and possibly death, and so there's a rage there, right? But part of me was like, okay, stop now, check your daughter, get her out of there, which he does eventually.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point, Miles and bottling up. Last season, we saw that Miles is actually a good leader of this workers. Like, he's a good labor organizer and a good leader and articulate about what the goals are, and he's been suppressing that part of himself because I guess he got a little money and a little success, and now he wants to protect that, right? Like,
not to mention Palmer expects him to he's the quote unquote inside man,
Oh yeah, and I've complained about that. I don't feel like Miles should have. So maybe now Miles is like, I don't care, Palmer, I'm done, right? I'd like to see Miles unleashed a little bit going forward.
I can see a scenario. So, they know it's pretty funny because they know, which I knew. I was like, when Lily used her own newspaper, I'm thinking that's not smart. But they know Lily leaked it, Now, see, I know Dev covered for Alex, but I don't know what kind of covering that is. I don't know if they he said it's Alex Baldwin, but you're not going to touch him, or he said, I know who it is, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not really sure what level of that was.
Yeah.
My point being, I can see a scenario where everybody, like the MPKs are like, oh, we're arresting her because she's the leak. And I can totally see everybody standing up and going, no, I'm the leak. No, I was the leak. No, I was the leak. No, I was, kind of type scenario where everybody, and then they're like, ah, crap.
I mean, Alex is a little protective because he's I was going to say global celebrity. He's like an interplanetary first person conceived on Mars, first person born in space, and he's a Baldwin, and he's the admiral's grandfather, and he was the first person in space and all this stuff, first baby in space. And when they talk about people who are being from Mars and we live here now and we're from Mars, like, Alex really is from Mars. Oh, by the way, this episode made me so acutely aware of my regional accent from where I live, because they kept saying, Mars is ours, Mars is ours. And I was like, no, they're saying it wrong. Like, my accent, I would say Mars ours. I don't say ours. I say ours. And I'm like, no,
You
it's
know
Mars.
what's really funny?
It's Mars is ours. It rhymes. Mars is ours.
Yes. And that's the funny thing is because I felt like there was times I heard Mars is ours, and there were times I heard Mars is ours. Like Alex absolutely said Mars is ours when he started the chant.
Yeah, I guess
And
there's people.
that actually sound like, I know proper English is Mars is ours, but Mars is ours sounds better.
Yeah, yeah, and more natural to our East Coast ear, our New York ear. So it was a totally, like, Palmer totally botched it, bungled it. People have been shot. Protesters were shot, and I think MPK were shot also, right?
Yeah, the one guy, the curly-haired guy that grabbed the bullhorn earlier, he's definitely shot somebody.
Now, I think that they shoot still non-lethal bullets on Mars.
Do they? Oh, I don't know. Because I don't know, because I know, because Boyd, the first MPK that shot somebody, she was like, no!
Yeah. Well, because isn't there still a threat that a projectile could penetrate the hab and, like, they would depressurize?
I would think so, but she seemed really concerned with the fact that somebody got shot.
Well, I mean, people have been killed by blanks, right? Like, blanks can kill you if they're too close range, or...
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't somebody get shot? No, they got trampled. Never mind.
Somebody got trampled.
I was going to say last season I thought somebody got shot, but then I was like, no, they got trampled.
Well, they did. There was an Earth gun last year, right?
Oh, that's right. There was. That's right.
On the base last year.
Yes, that's right. Chekhov's gun.
Yes, Chekhov's Earth gun. Anyway, so for me, this whole protest storyline is a little more interesting than the murder.
Well, the murder was a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
I mean, the murder was just to get the ball rolling with the protest, with everything, with the automation and everything. It didn't. The murder and who committed it wasn't even the point.
It's kind of irrelevant at this point, right?
Like, I kind of had a feeling. Once Boyd started investigating, I realized pretty quickly that it's not even about the murder; it's about whatever they're up to.
Yeah, because we know that we're not watching Law and Order. We're not watching CSI, right? Like, this is
it was about why he was murdered, not who murdered him.
Yeah.
Now that Lee's been exonerated, now that Lee's going to be exonerated, though, you wonder if he comes back.
I like Lee, right? He doesn't have to live in exile over in the other base. He can come back to his wife, maybe. Well, he hasn't been exonerated yet, right? Like, Celia.
No, but he's clearly gonna be.
Yeah, she's gonna have to push this and push it through. But
yeah, lot to happen in 5 more episodes.
Yeah, I know we have a lot more episodes. I'm psyched about it. So, all right, I think it's a pretty good recap, right? We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Come back, Jamie. Come back.
She heard us. She's back already.
Here, I'm just not showing. There we go. I am here. I have been here. Hello.
Hello.
All right. So, tired though. That's for sure. What?
That's it for tonight, but we're back tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we will be back tomorrow night. I have not set it up yet because I wanted to make sure it got a notification. I'll do it when we're done the watch party. But yes, we will be back to talk tomorrow about Stranger Things, Tales of 85. I had to think about it. Yeah, and we're gonna do.
Is Scarlett joining us?
Yes, the whole season.
Joining us as well, and we'll do the whole season. And hopefully we'll not take hours upon hours. We'll try to go pretty fast. Yeah. So please join us. I don't think we're going to have a Daredevil show on Thursday just because I think I'm going to have to be visiting family at the time. So that's probably going to be canceled, but I'm double checking the time we're going to be leaving on that. But we will have a watch party tonight for Daredevil if you want to join us in about 15 or so minutes. I'll put in Discord when we are ready. And I think I already pinned the thing, but if I didn't, here's the link for our Discord where you can get our schedule and all that good stuff. And yeah, so please join us and we will see you tomorrow night, everybody.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.